It's definitely there.
Okay.
All right. Hoovy, do you have the same tier list that everyone else have? The one that I gave you?
Yep.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, because I still have mine on here. And oh snap! Did you put us on live by mistake?
Yep. No,
Oh,
we are live, but no, I didn't do it by mistake.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's yeah, because it says you're
Oh,
in the
send me the link so I could send it to everybody.
All right. All right. All right. My bad.
what you sending?
COVID in the house.
No, 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 no,
You
no.
want to know something funny? I was watching a video on YouTube where a guy had to do a Zoom call, and he was the one being like tried or whatever else,
Mm-hmm.
and you heard somebody coughing, and it was just like, "What's wrong?" "Oh, I got COVID." You see the guy's camera; they zoomed in on him. Man's eyes lit up, and then he just turned the camera off. He was just like, "I don't want to get sick." Like, yo, I've never heard of COVID being caught through it.
That's funny.
All right, Steve, I sent you the link. All right. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
this is the overrated part. Can you turn down your phone,
Oh
please?
crap! My bad. my bad.
And look like he watching movies on the low.
This is the overrated podcast. This is a special edition of the overrated podcast. This is the tier list edition. Now, obviously, Traditionalist 101. Say hi to the people.
Yes, yes. You know how it is, everybody. You got to hold on to tradition. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Ubi.
Yeah, all right. Anyways, all right. But the two people that we have here, first off, two on the bottom left, Shanksta, aka Soul.
What's going
Introduce
on?
people.
What's going on? My name is Shanksta. I play a lot of fighting games, and I've been playing a lot of Lost Ark lately. So, yeah, you catch me on Shanksta31 YouTube on YouTube.
Okay.
Awesome. Good.
And the person to my right, GN Invasion TV, Big James. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gen Invasion. You can find me on Twitch. I play a lot of fighting games as well. I do multi-stream, and I normally am playing like little games on the side with people. And also have a YouTube channel as well, which is Gen Invasion. Also, part of a podcast on YouTube with a friend of ours that we all know, and that's called Critical Drop One.
I just subscribed just recently, and I'm gonna subscribe to the Twitch. Just send me the link when you get a chance, all right, James?
Oh, no problem, no problem.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, and these guys, I've been friends with them, since all of us has been friends since college. Then afterwards, we all kind of like, I don't know, we just, life happens, and I got in touch with Soul again because James, invited me, over to the house. I saw Soul there, and ever since, we all started, clicking again. So it's amazing how video games could actually bring so many people together and relink up and stuff like that. So I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that's actually really awesome. Because well, Stephen, you might as well tell them like before COVID, I want to say maybe it stopped maybe a year or two before COVID. I was one of those avid people where I was having video game parties like around my birthday all the time. And before that, I was having birthdays gatherings like once a month, but
Yeah.
that had to slow down.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So Nolan voice said James in the building. So
Going on, Nolan. What's up?
yeah. So
Glad that you're watching. Hey, James, do you have any of the crew that you had before that was on Twitch that you wanted to bring into the podcast?
Oh,
I mean,
well,
to be
no. Well, no. Since I know how StreamYard worked after that little situation, I didn't even bother.
oh,
Like
okay.
I actually didn't even know if I was going to be able to make it because of work.
Got it.
yeah,
All right.
and he got there. He was the first one in the chat.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know if y'all were already prepped. I was just like, oh no, last one in.
Yeah, but he was the first one in. So shout out to him. All right, but anyways, all right. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to do a tier list, and pretty much we're going to discuss the first off before we get to the tier list. What are your thoughts on Street Fighter 6? James, you can start.
Oh, with me, I was actually able to watch some video footage not too long ago of pro players actually getting their hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
They did make it a little bit easier for casuals, but because they've made more, they made it to where you have to do more resource management, which is a good thing. I think this is the era of resource management, because DNF Duel is the same way. Beautiful game. I think it's going to be one of those easy to pick up, hard to master type of games. Because of what I've seen. But it does feel like classic Street Fighter. I think, but I'm more interested in the newer characters coming out than some of the reoccurring. Like, but I already seen my baby in there, Cammy's in there, so I'm one. That's probably the only reoccurring character I'm actually interested in. But I will say this: a lot of the mechanics are very interesting. There's only one thing that I wish wasn't in the game, but I mean,
Bro, what is that? What,
Yeah,
Perry. Perry,
you know,
come on.
but you know that it is what it is.
All right. What
the
about
thing is, it's not a straight up parry though, right? It's more like a focus attack type of thing.
Yeah, it's it's very similar to Melty Blood. So you can hold it as long as you want, but it does take drop down your meter.
Yeah.
So you can end up losing it, and that meter is also used for other things as well. So that's what I meant by this game is very resource heavy.
I see some footage of it, and I noticed the parry, and they were using it very similar to Third Strike. But the question is, can you like low parry as well?
Well, here's the thing. From what I understand, it's an auto parry, so it parries everything.
It parries high. If it parries high and low, it's kind of broken.
Well, yeah, it's just an auto parry. So you instead of having skill, you sacrifice meter.
Oh, okay, I got you saying. I see what you're saying.
But
so instead of using timing, it's just fucking. Resource.
But they added Street Fighter 4, Third Strike, and Street Fighter 5 to this, from what other like people that have played it have said. So even if you have parry, you also have what was it called M4 Faultless? No, not Faultless.
Focus attack.
FABC. The focus.
Focus attack. Yeah.
Focus attack.
That seems more busted than the parry, but it's just that anytime parries are in a game, especially with a button, it turns into parry fighter. That's actually the reason why I kind of stopped playing Melty Blood, or I would say like, yo, just try not to parry. I wish you could disable it.
Yeah. So yeah, I know when me and you played James, we never parry in Melty Blood.
Oh hell, it makes it so much more.
The one button parry is OP.
Yeah,
so I agree that. Yeah, I agree that. I'm not sure if that one button parry is a good thing for the game, but it sounds like since it requires meter, it's not the end of the world, I guess. So you can't just spam it.
Well, like I said,
to be fair, Third Strike is similar. You only had to push forward, and then there's your parry.
There's timing.
That's one button.
That's way different.
You have to push forward or down depending on if they're going low, mid. I think you had to press down when you was in the air.
Yeah, that's one button press.
But you had advantages. You had frame block advantage. You built meter. I mean, they had a score too, but it's not like that mattered. That takes skill.
It takes timing also.
Yeah, holding a button down. I mean, granted, there is the perfect parry in it as well, and I believe that gives you bonuses. But half of the people that I watched actually played it, and it was actually UK pros that were actually playing it. They hardly touched it. I don't know if a lot of people agree with my sentiment, but not a lot of people like parries. Like, you didn't see a lot of people when I watched all the in-game footage actually using the parry. They use more of the focus attack more than anything.
Yeah. The reason why Third Strike parry isn't OP is because first off, you can't block while you're doing it, and you have to tap forward. And there's about a 6 frame, maybe 7 frame window where you have to actually land the parry, like actually do it properly, and it's high or low, so you can't like cover both options.
So what's your thoughts on Street Fighter 6 so far?
On Street Fighter 6, it looks okay. I'm not sure about that parry, but I do like the fact that they gave back like characters like good normals. Like in Street Fighter 5, they took away people's good normals, I guess, like, so pros can't just like footsie people out to death. But they gave it back in Street Fighter 6, so it looks like the neutral's good. That's all I look for. Like, I want to see good neutral.
If I can find the picture of the characters, I don't know if y'all want it to show or not.
Yeah, if you have an opportunity to look down, and it should have a share button.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm just not sure about that parry thing. That's probably the only thing I'm a little concerned about. But if it requires meter, it's not that bad. So I'm excited.
Okay.
All right, your turn, Hoovy.
No, we've already talked about Street Fighter 6 on the channel.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's
We can
fine.
give a quick synopsis. I'm curious.
Hey,
No,
that's
I'm
what I'm saying.
all right. My quick synopsis. I'm looking forward to the game. The thing that I'm interested with the most is the new characters, obviously, and the world tour mode. That's what I'm interested in the most.
Did you see the leak with all the characters?
Yeah, I did.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm kind of.
I did. I like the characters, how they look aesthetically. I just want to see how they play.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
I kind of like how they actually had started advancing the story. Like, Ken
Yes.
got a divorce, and he's like,
Oh, that's not confirmed. Yeah, that's not confirmed.
I really have to know what's
What
going
do you
on.
mean that's not confirmed?
I don't think it's confirmed that he had a divorce. I don't think that's.
I thought that was
I
confirmed.
thought I didn't hear about a divorce. I heard something actually happened to his wife.
No.
Okay.
I heard they got a divorce. That's why I heard they got a divorce because he was too focused on fighting, and he wants to get back in the game with fighting. But then
I'll do some more homework on that because I found out that something happened to the wife, like as if she died or somebody killed her. That's what I found out. But I mean, that could just be a rumor. So I mean, I could be wrong. But that would actually make more sense of him acting like that, not some lame divorce.
What do you mean? No, he's trying to get back in the game because everyone's calling him washed up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why what's funny. Like I didn't realize Guile's quote "Go home and be a family man." He's telling that to Ken. I didn't realize that until like recently. Like, oh wait,
wow, I didn't catch that.
Really?
I didn't catch that.
I didn't know that. It makes sense, but I didn't know that. Anyway, Steve, what's your quick thoughts before I read the comment from your brother?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this game. It looks definitely new and how they want to have a combination of somewhat of Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, like all in one game. I don't think Capcom has ever done something like that ever before with the Street Fighter games.
I think like they're trying more with this game than 5.
Yeah,
definitely.
So graphically it looked amazing, and wow, the only thing I'm just concerned about is I'm just nitpicking here, but let me share this right quick just to give you guys what I'm talking about, a clear perspective of what I'm talking about. The only thing that I think that probably is going to bother me is the all this extra color stuff that I think is unnecessary. I think that could probably cause a distraction. I'm just having fun. This is just me nitpicking. I'm just giving you a feel on. It's just me nitpicking, but I'm just worried
what you're doing.
that all that other extra stuff I think is just unnecessary. All this stuff, like all that right there. I'm not really feeling that too much.
I think it's fine because Super Fighter 4 when it first came out was like the same thing.
I put the picture up in the private.
All this.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, I think that's too much, but I'm still looking forward to the game though. Just to let you know.
Okay, I'll share it right now. All right, so yeah, Steve, you're overreacting.
Yeah, Street Fighter 4, we had the same concerns when it first came out with like all the shadows and stuff. It was very similar, but when you play the game, like you don't notice that at all.
Yeah, the game is very smooth, very pretty.
Yeah.
Yes. Until you get your hands on it, you won't know.
All right, so you guys can see the picture, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so this is like the lead character. We did talk about this on the podcast, but I just wanted to show it here. Obviously, you have the original. You have the World Warriors right on the top. You have. You pretty much have how many returning characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All the originals.
Yeah, so it's 14, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 7 new characters. Which new character are you most interested in? New character.
You want to start with those, James?
I guess it was coming to me. Honestly, the bottom 4, and Mimi, including me. Like I'm always interested in new characters first. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things of, and it's only because Street Fighter has been around for so long, and a lot of characters don't change. Like if you look at Street Fighter 2 Turbo Cammy, and you look at Street Fighter 5 Cammy, there's no change. Like, so even with Cammy being in here this time,
Hey, she has
like,
pants now. That's different.
yeah, it's just there's no change. So I just want to see things new. Jamie definitely looks interesting as well as a new character. The whole, well, I don't know if y'all know, but he pretty much has a drunken boxing style.
Yeah.
So it fits. It really just depends on how they change the character. But after seeing Ryu, there's some things that are different, but not a lot. He's still the classic Shoto. So I'm just interested to see what the new characters actually end up doing, unless they're going to like recycle resources, and if they do, how did they change the assets to make it actually look different? I'm just looking for a different variety.
Okay. What about you, Saul?
I think Aki looks pretty interesting because I think when they first introduced Fang, because Aki's supposed to be like Fang's cousin or something, or she's related to Fang in some way.
Okay, I hope she's a lot cooler than Fang.
Yeah. So I think they thought Fang's like concept was cool, but then no one was playing him, so they made her into a chick pretty much.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting because Fang started becoming a little bit better, or the players got better using Fang towards the end of his lifestyle.
Yeah, so if she plays like Fang, I'm kind of interested because I like playing lame style sometimes.
Lame style.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoy lame.
What about you, Hoovy?
I would probably say Marissa. That's a huge bitch, bro.
She looks like Murdoch.
That's a big. What happened?
She looks like Murdoch from Suit Tekken, like a female Murdoch.
Yeah. Actually, funny enough, if you look at the beginning of Street Fighter 6, her poster,
right
she's
there
on a billboard or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like the champion.
Yeah. So I'm interested in her, and then also GP. I'm interested to see how he plays, because the drip is fire. I like the outfit.
Yeah, from what I understand, he's somebody's teacher. I can't remember who. Somebody had told me that.
And Bison. That's what people were saying.
Yeah, there you go.
And Bison, are you serious?
Yeah, because he uses psycho powers.
Holy shit!
It might be a rumor. I don't know. It's not confirmed.
Wait. Bison had a teacher?
Of course.
That's what people think. Because this guy uses psycho powers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, yeah. JP and Jamie are the two characters
Jamie looks
really
cool.
Yeah, I'm real interested in. The only two characters I'm not feeling just by appearance for right now is AKI and Mimi.
Yeah.
AKI looks like just someone like Capcom is just like a replacement for Vega. And Mimi looks like she's a replacement for Abel because their outfit look the same. She has the exact same outfit as Abel does. And it seems like Capcom is doing this thing again that I despise them for, switching characters for new characters. If you're going to switch a character for another character, just keep the original character. If they have the exact same moves, keep the original character. I don't want nobody.
I mean, that's a good speculation, but until we actually see a move list, we can't say.
I mean, that's what Ryu and Ken are based off of. They're basically they were the same character for the first couple games.
Just Ken and Ryu though. That's it. There was nobody else.
What are you talking about? So, like Sagat literally is a spinoff of Ken and Ryu. Akuma.
Oh, not even close. Oh, he's a Muay Thai character. Not even close. Not even close.
His art style doesn't change the fact that he has fireballs, DP, and he technically has a forward move like a Tatsu, which is his tiger.
To me, the only character that's close to them is obviously Akuma and Sakura, but that's it.
But here's the thing, though. I do have to call you out on this. Remy and Guile do not play the same at all.
Yeah, they do.
And no, they don't.
They're both charge characters.
They do play alike. Yes, they do.
They don't. No, they don't.
It's they're different in different games because Remy is like designed for third strike because you can low parry his low fireball and high parry his high fireball. It's almost like a mini game. So I think they're completely different.
Moves up and down.
Yeah.
And you hate Remy, and I never heard you once complain about Nash. Now, granted, Nash don't play like Guile, but even still.
Yeah, he doesn't play like Guile. See, that's my point.
No, I mean, but they're much more similar than Guile and Remy.
I don't think so.
When you play Alpha, yeah, they're a lot more similar than Remy and Guile ever was. At least in my opinion.
I think all three of those guys are actually pretty different. Like they just have Sonic Boom. They all can have a Sonic Boom, but their normals are different. That's what's important.
Okay.
Like their normal attacks.
Yeah, that actually does make the difference.
Okay. All right. So let me read a couple comments, then we can get started on the tier list. McKinley said, "I'm curious on the story," and Nolan said, "Let's have all clones: Akuma, Ryu, Ken, Guken. Everyone gets a counterpart."
Sure. I like Goken. Goken is pretty cool on Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Really unique.
I like them too. And Nolan said, "Leave it to James to get technical." Well, that's what
I'm, like when it comes down to fighting games, there's
What's going on?
to be technical about.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes.
but again, I completely disagree with the whole Sagat thing because again, to me, Sakura and Akuma are the two characters that
Well,
has a lot of
if you're
similarities
talking
with Ken and
about
Ryu.
imitation, if you're talking about imitation of moves like complete clones in some type of way, then yeah. But literally, Sagat is considered a shoto.
All right. So Nolan says, "Is that Jeff?" Yes, it is. And he said, "What's up, Jeff? Still
But
technical."
the thing I'm more curious about is the fact that like, is this the starting roster or is this including DLC? This whole lineup.
That's what I was wondering too. I was wondering that too. And I think if this ends up being true, like this, 'cause remember, this is not confirmed yet. Like the only characters that are confirmed is Ryu, um, Chun Li, Jamie, and Luke. Those are and Guile. Those are the only characters that are confirmed. So we
I mean,
don't know.
these might as well be confirmed. They're not gonna like scrap these characters.
Yeah,
They're in the files.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the thing is that we don't know if these characters are going to end up being, some of them are going to end up being DLC. I think this should be
Oh
the
yeah,
roster.
yeah. It might not be the original roster. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it should. I think this, since the leak happened, and we all believe this is the leak, because these characters are too, they seem to be too on point for it not to be a leak.
I think Capcom actually already like admitted that it's leaked.
Yeah, I think these characters should all be available at launch.
You know what's the funny thing though? I don't think this is
Capcom
the
needs to
full
make money.
roster. I honestly don't think this is the full roster.
Oh no! I don't think so either. But are all these characters going to be available at launch, or some of them going to be the DLC?
I would like them to be a part of the
I
original
actually
roster.
think I think part of this is DLC. What I think this is they probably have anywhere between 2 or 4 more characters that are going to be out, and then this is like including like season 1 and season 2. And some of these characters are going to be in development because Capcom has a big does have somewhat of a track record of not having enough resources for certain things and making sure that things got right, because this game actually, remember, Street Fighter 5 got extended so that Street Fighter 6 could come out. Street Fighter 6 looks really good to people now. So I wouldn't be surprised when they leaked this. It was just like, okay, the starting roster plus DLCs season 1 and 2, and they actually had made a full like scan sheet of it, and they didn't think it was going to get leaked.
Okay.
I literally think that's what it was, because it wouldn't be surprising what Street Fighter 5. What sometimes they had 3 characters, sometimes it was like 5 characters, or was it always 4 or 5 for the season? Mm-hmm. So if you take out Lily, JP, Kimberly, Aki, one season, Mimi, Marissa, Ed, and Jury, another one, and you count the rest of those characters, I think that's what would be the starting lineup. So I think there might be like 2 seasons within this.
I think it might be possible that this is the full roster, and maybe they have plans for like DLC, like bring back some other old school names like Yun and Yang, fucking Goken.
Yun and Yang is not coming. A lot of people want them to not feel like they're coming back.
But the way that it looks right now, these are what, like 22 characters?
Yeah.
The old Street Fighter 5 launched with 16.
Yeah, so there's I would be surprised if it's 20 plus at launch.
That'd be sick if they launch it with this.
I think it would be good. It would be good if they had 22 at launch. But I get what you're saying. If they can explain it, if this is like season 1 plus if this is launch plus season 1, I think they can get away with it.
Yeah.
I think they can get away with it.
Sure.
Okay. Now let's talk about Street Fighter 4. Let's do. Everyone got their tier list ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you was
Us.
going backwards. I thought you was going backwards.
Hold on, we're gonna do 4 or 5, and then we're gonna go backwards. Right?
Ah, okay.
Oh, no. This guy's all over the place. All right.
All right. So 4.
All right,
Relax,
let's go.
relax.
Oh man.
What are your thoughts on Street Fighter 4? Anyone can go.
The best version is the last version.
Arcade edition or 20? Oh, was it 2012?
uh,
This
Hold
was
on.
arcade edition, the last one, right? Or is it Ultra? Ultra's the last, I think.
yeah,
forgot.
Ultra's. I think Ultra's the last one. It went vanilla, then super, then ultra, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So I would say ultra was probably the best one, is because
Oh no. Remember, sorry to interrupt. They had the arcade edition, and then they had some other weird edition, and then it was ultra.
that's only if it's in here. That's only if it's in here.
I think.
Oh, okay.
Where is Street Fighter 4? I can't see it here.
The original is at the very bottom. It has a PS3 on it. They got a
Oh.
few. I see. Yeah, they got PS3 versions, and they also got
If you only have like one Street Fighter 4 version, then just take the best version and
Yeah.
put it.
Oh, no, there's
And put it
multiple,
at
man.
If I had to sign Street Fighter 4 at tier list, I put it at S though.
the S tier.
Oh, do you have do you? Let me see it. Your
So I think Street Fighter 4 Ultra.
Oh yeah, Ultra Street Fighter 4 is definitely S tier.
Oh yeah, that's not what. I think that's Street Fighter 2. I'm looking at.
But the funny thing is the way I see it is it kind of climbs the ranks like vanilla was B, super went A, and ultra went S.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of versions here.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Because
I'm trying to
because
look
remember this is the game before they started doing online DLC. So you actually had to buy the different versions, which is
Yeah.
kind of trash.
Yeah, that's the annoying part. You have to keep buying more DLCs.
Yeah.
The latest version of Street Fighter 4 was S tier.
Yeah.
I think it was arcade edition, was it? Street Fighter. Super
I-
Street Fighter.
I didn't like arcade edition
No, I thought that was ultra.
Is it
I don't
Ultra?
even see an arcade for Street Fighter 4.
because arcade edition was the one where they added Yun Yang and the two.
Yeah, when they
only-
first added Yun Yang was broken. That shit is funny.
I actually don't see that version.
I see arcade edition. I don't see Ultra.
Wait. You got the same tier list as me?
Maybe I clicked on the wrong
I
thing.
sent
Hold
you
on.
the
You gave me like a couple of links.
I got the link from Steve. That's the one that I got. I'll show you. I'll show you mine. And Steve, you have yours ready?
I have mine.
Okay.
So there should be 4 versions then.
Now, let me see if
You
I can
see-
find it on yours.
Do you see mine?
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
yours.
I think I have the same thing. I just have bad eyes.
Well, since
great.
I'm sharing mine, I might as well start off first. So
Street Fighter 4.
You really passed.
yeah, right here, the original Street Fighter 4.
Mhm.
For me, I am giving this an S.
Wow.
Street Fighter 4, the original, the first one, Street Fighter 4 gets an S. Yes.
The original Street Fighter 4?
Yes, the very first one. Yes.
Hmm.
Gets an S.
I think it's a little.
I gave mine an A.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it an A too.
Yeah,
And
I
well,
go
the,
there.
the reason why I'm giving it an S is because obviously, it was the first one. Graphically, it was awesome. It had an excellent roster. That was the biggest thing for me. The roster that they came up with, it had a total of 25 characters in the original Street Fighter 4. And, with the new characters that they had, with Abel, Viper, Rufus, El Fuente, Seth.
You didn't care
and,
about those characters. Stop that. You didn't care. You didn't care about Frenzy and
Yeah,
Rufus.
dude, you didn't care about those characters.
Exactly.
You
didn't care about
use El Fuente.
Yeah, I used them against you.
Man.
Yeah, the only character I never really cared for was Rufus, but everybody else I loved. Abel, Viper was awesome. El Fuente, was very different, and Gulkin, that dude was amazing. Gulkin was amazing.
Yeah, I like it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Gulkin was amazing. You had characters from Alpha in that roster. You had characters from Street Fighter 2 in that roster, and there was just nothing to complain about. I had to give it an S. I had to. And it was the first Street Fighter game that you had, your supers, and then you had your ultra. That was very different. And you had the new system, which was it implemented the first focus system. Obviously, it lets your character charge, and then when you strike it, stuns your opponent. and it had basic attacks. You could do footsies. Everything was just perfect to the T with this game. That's why it gets an S.
Okay.
All right, let me. I'll give you a counter for because I played Street Fighter 4 when it came out hard, and I played it fairly competitively. The only reason, like, I give it an A because it was, I'd say, kind of revolutionary because it introduced everyone to almost like a more watered down, but it still had all the fundamentals of Street Fighter in it. But the problem was like the damage was a little too high. It wasn't balanced. It wasn't perfectly balanced. So I think that's what keeps it from going to S for me. But it was a great introduction to the Street Fighter 4 series. Like for the first like iteration of the game, it was actually solid.
Okay.
Well, my only thing is the only person that was overpowered was Sagat. That was really it.
Sagat and Rufus, but they dominate though. That's all you'd
So,
see.
so I'm actually putting this at B because I hear what everybody is saying, and the reason why I put it at B is because since all the games have already came out, a lot of y'all are talking about the nostalgia aspect of it. But at the end of the day, Ultra exists, which every game made balance changes. Every game brought more characters and even different skins and everything else if you want to purchase it towards the very end. So
it's the complete version of the game.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, while vanilla has everything that Steven has said and everything else, it literally goes for me. It goes to B just because the other one started bringing better things. Is because Street Fighter 4 Vanilla is a different game from Super Street Fighter because of the balance changes and what they did. You can't play each one of these games the same way, depending on what the patches did. So yeah, it's good for vanilla, but it's just the fact that if it was by itself, everything Steven said, I would agree with. But since other versions of it exist that actually made it better, it kind of drops.
Well, the reason why I didn't really like the newer versions that as much as the original was because they made way too many changes. And I could just go on with characters, but let me just give you one. Like a lot of people were pissed off with Capcom when with Zangief because when you use your green hand attack, the EX version, the original Street Fighter and Super Street Fighter, it knocks your opponent down. It knocks down your opponent. But when you went to, I believe, the arcade version in Ultra, it no longer knocked down your opponent and it left you wide open after you did your attack. So there were certain moves, certain characters that were compromised that for the worse, and that's why I just can't give those newer games, newer titles as much recognition as the original.
All right, so I'll give you a counter for that. So Zangief was also had some bad matchups. Like he had some, terrible matchups. Like Sagat was a bad matchup. Dalsim was a bad matchup. But then he had matchups where he would absolutely destroy you. Like Zangief versus like any character that has to get close. Like let's say Balrog. Actually, that's kind of even. I'd have to look at the roster, but any character that didn't have a fireball, Zangief would maul them because he just score one knockdown, and then it's 50-50. If you guess wrong, he combo into his green hand, knock you down again, then 50-50 over and over again, and you get Vortex pretty much. And it's a super easy Vortex.
All you had to do was watch Snake Eyes to see that.
Yeah. It had to be done, and they're not necessarily wide open after landing the green hand that doesn't knock down. It's just standing up 50-50 on their side. So you're not vortexed. I think it was a fine change actually.
Well, the thing is, the people would automatically counter that with the EX move or the Dragon Punch. So with the original green hand with no EX, you were just able to grab Zangief after that move. Just a regular grab.
It sounds like you just like the overpowered green hand.
it was overpowered.
It sounds like you're defending this green hand hard.
Good Zangief's is
and
overpowered.
well, no, the EX one, there's absolutely no excuse for your opponent to remain standing once you do your EX. There's just no reason.
At first thought you think that, but like the fact that he could do short EX green hand and you get knocked to the ground from like a mile away, and then he just get a free 50-50 after that, it was too much. And there's no counter to it.
And if I'm correct, technically Green Hand started in the Alpha series, and it didn't knock down originally. the standard green hand didn't knock down. It
No,
was
well,
just
none of them did, unless it was anti-air.
Yeah, it was a free setup. None of the Zangief didn't have such free setups. Maybe in like Super Turbo, he had like free setups like this. But all the
All right,
later,
so what you're saying is the EX green hand when it knocked down your opponent, you said that was unfair.
yes, it was unfair. For some matchups, it was just completely unfair. Like if he knocked down Viper, C Viper is wrap. Viper's dead.
yeah. I mean, Steven, I want you to think about it. A grappler, somebody who needs to get close, is able to knock you down, and then is able to get in close distance to where they can either grab you or do any mix-up.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you did a lot. You did that shit to me.
It was
all
like
the time,
Super Turbo
Steven.
Zangief.
You did that to me all the time, Steven.
Like Super Turbo Zangief is okay because everyone's broken in Super Turbo, so it's like whatever.
Yeah. So all right. So this is my tier list right here. I have the OG, the vanilla version at A.
I can't see it.
Is there?
Yeah, it's on the screen.
Oh, this is you.
Yeah, this is mine.
Oh, okay, all right.
The vanilla version is at A. It helped revitalize the fighting game genre. You know, I think so I have to give a product credit for that. I do like the returning characters. The only thing I did not like about this game is the 4 new characters that they added. Well,
oh my gosh,
the 4 main characters that they added. Right, I know Guken. You know, he was part of the lore of Street Fighter. So I'm not going to count him.
Goku's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, but you can't count that. He was in the video game. He was never in the video game. He was in the comics.
He's
he was never in the game.
He's in the lore, Steven.
He's in the lore.
Well, aren't we ranking this game by game though? He was never in the game.
Okay. Let me. Can I do my? I didn't interrupt you. Let me do my thing. Right?
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I can live with Abel and C Viper. I didn't like using. Abel. I could use him a little bit, but I didn't like using C Viper. I can deal with those characters. That lame ass luchador that they put in the game in Rufus, that's a no. This is a waste of resources. And there's a reason why they weren't back in 5, and there's a reason why they're not going to be back in 6. Lame ass character that they added into the game. All right. With that said, I like the game. The superior version is Super Street Fighter 4. That is technically my favorite version, even though I agree with you, James. Ultra is the best version of the game. But my favorite version is Super Street Fighter 4 because they added DJ, E-Hawk. Who else did they add that I liked? I think I don't remember, but that's my favorite version of the game. So that's an S tier. That's S tier for me. So any final word before we move on?
Not well. I guess.
Question: what did you do? If I'm correct, there's 2 other versions that you didn't place.
Okay, hold on. I can do that right. I can do that right now.
Yeah. Let me go ahead.
The 3DS version. That's. I'm gonna put this in unranked, aka the F tier. Fuck that version.
Wait, what?
I mean, it might be playable. I never tried it.
You never played it, haven't I? Did you play the game?
I played it one time.
Oh, you did
with that goddamn joystick. Fuck out of here.
Well, wait, hold on.
That's understandable, I guess.
Is that representative of the game, or is that representative of the?
It would have to count because
as far as I'm concerned, it's the only place where I have to play the game is on that handheld.
That's true.
That handheld is garbage. By virtue of and unfortunately, the game suffers because of it.
Oh gosh.
So that's
one time that ain't enough. So yeah, I'll unranked. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I'm putting that unranked. Is there what's the other version that's there? I don't see it.
The other one is Ultra, which is the normal one. That's right next to Third Strike at the top.
Okay. Okay. I see it. I'll put that in S because it's littered with content. So like let me put that in S tier. It's literally like it is the definitive version of the game. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in S tier also.
That's super that you just
Ultra has like a different picture.
Oh, this is arcade edition. Oh my bad. Okay, that's B. I don't like Opium and Evil Wheel. That's fine.
Oh man.
Okay, now I see Ultra.
Right next to Third Strike.
It had a different logo. There you found it.
There you go. A tier. All right, so
S.
yeah, S tier. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all of your Street Fighter 4s?
Yeah.
All right, so quickly, let's
share
see
mine.
all of your Street Fighter 4 ranking.
So, 1 second, I'll share my screen.
Wait,
Here.
hold on. How do I give y'all that?
Oh yeah, just like I said, just go on there's a tab on the bottom that says share or something
Yeah.
like that, and then just it'll give you options, and then you just go from there.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think I shared my screen. I think Hoobie, you have to take it out on yours or something.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go.
Okay.
Let me go down.
I
Let me
can
go
share
down.
screen.
Hold on. There you go. Add the stream. All right, boom. There you go.
All right.
This is Souls. Okay.
So I put Ultra at S, of course, because I'd say the bouncing on Ultra is almost perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I had no complaints with Ultra whatsoever. After that, Street Fighter 4 is the vanilla is probably the worst out of them just because it's vanilla. Like it was great introduction, but it had its faults,
Yeah.
balancing and stuff. Then we have these two. I think I might put Ultra, or this is the arcade edition, a little behind this one because it's so unbalanced. And this one, Super was pretty fun. I think did Super have James? Do you remember if Super had Rose's Ultra where she was like invincible at the start?
Oh, you talking about the orbs?
Yeah, the orbs like where it was like invincible wake up. Yeah, I think that was actually kind of fun. I enjoyed abusing that.
Yeah, you did.
Just for that, I'll put that in S tier actually. Just because Rose was abusable.
For one character, okay. Yeah, and then y'all talking about my Zangief. Okay.
I mean, it's my tier list though. That's why. I put. Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay, James, and you got yours right?
Yeah, I put it in share.
Okay, let me scroll down. Let me see if it's there.
Street Fighter 4 is all right. I see McKinley's comment. Street
Yeah.
Fighter 4, it's good. It's a good game. A tier is still good. It's just bro, it wasn't balanced. Like if you play the game in tournaments, like one Shoryu FADC Ultra would take off like 70% of your health. It wasn't very fun.
Okay, all right. This is James' tier list right here.
Yeah, it's just one of those things of just like me and Soul literally went through like going to land centers and competing and everything for it, or just casually.
Yeah,
it's one of those things of because you had to keep buying a different game. It was like the rising tide. So, that's the reason why mine is the way it is. At the end of the day, like because the characters that I played, I think spanned like all the games, and because I played Cammy, Sakura, Sagat a little bit, and Cody. So I really didn't have nothing to worry about. And Rose occasionally.
Yeah, me and James were like actually playing the Street Fighter 4 is pretty hardcore. So like we have kind of strict I guess criticism of the games.
Yeah.
Looks like McKinley has something to say about you, so.
No, he's saying it says blasphemous. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Okay.
Oh man,
Like,
no,
you got born in one shot by Sagat.
Okay. All right. Then let me start. I'll start with Street Fighter 5.
Let me show my full ranking.
Ooh, Street Fighter 5.
Who we're having
I'm ready very hard.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am ready to roast this.
Steve, share yours first, and then we can go.
Can you see it?
No, you gotta share it.
Oh crap! I thought I did.
Okay, there you go.
So this is my ranking right here. So the 3DS version gets a C. Unfortunately, I partially agree with Havino when it comes to the stick, and it made the game also too far easy because you could do your ultras and your supers on a push of a touchscreen at the bottom screen, second screen. All you had to do is just push a button and then you do your ultra. I think that was totally unfair.
Oh wow.
And the arcade edition, gets a B. Once again, I actually concur with Hoovy. Ultra gets an A, and the original Street Fighter 4
Wait.
gets
Oh, okay.
That's blasphemous.
Okay. My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Super Street Fighter 4 gets an S, and the original Street Fighter 4 gets an S. Ultra gets an A.
We know damn well why you're doing that. That's Zangief love right there, bro.
What?
Zangief.
It has to be done. Well, Zangief was OP.
That's why. That's why he was so in love with that Xbox 360 controller.
He was a very polarizing character. Where like he had like matchups that are
That analog
9-1
stick
in his
that
favor.
had like all the rubber burnt off of it.
Well, but even with that, so like you said, Rufus and Sagat were the main, powerful characters. They were god tier.
The problem is that there's polarizing matchups where like Zangief would get demolished by certain characters like Seth and Sagat, but then he would demolish other characters, and it wasn't fun to play those matchups.
Okay.
But
I'm still sticking to this position.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Ruben Cogburn said, "What's good, Hoobie? What's good, Steve? Sorry I'm late. I know I said I was coming through, James, but in my honest opinion, just told me our friend. Oh, really? Our friend's funeral was today. I
Damn.
just got back. Gosh, I mean,
Condolences.
R.I.P. And then what's good, Jeff? We gotta hang out.
Yeah, bro. What's going on?
All right.
Yo.
So on that note, let's talk about Street Fighter 5. All right.
Here we go.
Oh, whoa! I think James gone.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, James gone. Okay, there we go.
Hey, so what happened to the background music you was gonna put in?
I didn't say anything about that.
Oh,
James, you there?
Bow chicka wow.
Okay, all right, he's back. You were gone.
You can do the background music if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Street Fighter 5. Okay, I bought this game day one.
Oh, here we go.
Right, I pre-ordered the game. I had a feeling the game was gonna launch the way it did, and I was disappointed. Now, if I had ranked the game when it came out, that thing gets I'm taking this picture right here and putting it in the garbage can. Fucking garbage. Online didn't work, and there was no offline content at all. No online, no offline content. So pretty much all you had to do was just fucking do this lazy ass arcade mode, which wasn't really arcade mode, and they had this thing called shit. What was it called?
Didn't they have a story mode?
Yeah, but it was like three
limited story.
Fights. Yeah, 2 or 3 fights, and it was it was just poor. It was just poor on their part. Awful.
It's lazy.
Yeah, lazy. With that said, now there's 2 versions here. They have the original and the champion edition, right?
No, it's arcade first, second, then champion.
Really? They have that?
Yeah, they have all three.
Okay. All right. So the OG. Now, with that said, I like the characters for the most part. I like the graphics, and I like the OG fighting style. I did.
Okay.
With that said, I can't excuse the shitty launch. So I'm going to give Street Fighter 5 B.
I knew it. I knew
you said D. Okay.
B?
Oh, you said B. After all that? After all that shit talking?
After all that,
after all that, exactly. After all that negative talk.
I think you went light on them. You went light on them.
Yeah, you went. Like, are you?
No, look, I look when they. I don't know when they added the story, the outright story mode that they put in the game, but I thought that they did a good job of making the game what it should have been. Right, so again, I know the launch was shitty. I'm not excusing them for that, but I still once they got the content rolling, it became a very good fighting game in my opinion. Now, obviously,
well, this is before they got the concept rolling. You see, there's different types, right?
Yeah. All right, so
Street Fighter 5 vanilla without the extra
Street Fighter 5 vanilla.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. What?
Look, even like I said, even with that, I still enjoyed the gameplay of the game. I did.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I can't lie. If you're giving it a B, you need to have like 2 more tiers, like over S. Then
okay, okay, all right. So I see arcade edition. Arcade edition is when they added, Akuma and those characters. I'm giving this a. Sorry, so I'm still getting over a cold. I'm giving arcade edition a. I'm giving it an A. I love the new characters. I love Cody. I don't really give a shit about Akuma, but everything, all the other characters I liked. And then Champion Edition is pretty much everything that's in the game. So I'm gonna give this one an A also. Let me just get a chance to move it. I'm gonna give it an A also. Ultimately, I think Street Fighter V is a very good fighter. And like I said, I still think that the launch obviously was shitty. I will not, I'm just being honest. I thought it was shitty, but I still thought the gameplay was fun. Now you guys can roast me. I'm ready.
Yeah,
All
we are
right.
going to
All right,
roast
I
you.
think just your ranking of vanilla is way too generous.
Yeah,
Way too generous.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me share my screen real quick.
You've
I'll show
gone
you
soft, man. You've gone soft.
I just want to show you where I placed my Street Fighter Fives.
Okay. Oh shit. All right. I got you, so.
All right.
I fucking knew.
All right. So Vanilla Street Fighter Five was so bad it made me quit fighting games.
No way.
Street Fighter Five is what made me quit fighting games for a little bit, and I came back.
Uh-huh.
But it was so bad. So I'll say from the technical aspect, right?
Mhm.
So Street Fighter Five, there are a couple of problems. The hitboxes were fucked up. So like Chun-Li's low forward, like you see it like hit the character, but it wouldn't register anything because I guess they didn't want to give us people good normals.
Yeah.
So like competitive players couldn't out footsie you and stuff like that. And like the walk speeds were slow. The general footsies just felt terrible. And it just felt like a bad game, like because they try to like dumb it down even more than Street Fighter 4, which is a bad idea, I think.
Yeah.
And I haven't played other Street Fighters, so I can't really say much about
all right,
those.
I'll share mine then.
All right. Go ahead, James. And all this stuff is stuff that I've heard before. Like I'm not arguing any of that, but I like 5. All right, let me get your things up, James. Hold on.
Oh, you good? Well, who left? Soul left.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah, Soul left.
Oh, snap.
Let's get him back first.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Hold on. So I got you. Hold on. All right, you're good.
All right, my bad. I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
No, but this is mine and Street Fighter 5. I like I said, I told Steven this. I had to make a whole new category once I seen certain games. Trash. Because when I was getting serious or heavy into the game, I was literally trying to stream it. I was putting it on Facebook. I was getting 30-something wins under bad network conditions. And originally, and I know Soul knows this, Street Fighter 5, what it ended up, it wasn't originally supposed to be that way at launch. It was actually a completely different game when you played like the little beta or whatever that they had for it.
Yeah, that's true. I played the beta.
Yeah, so it wasn't. They literally did the same thing that Anthem (RIP) did, or EA did to Anthem. So I tried. When I was talking about between 5 and Arcade Edition, I gave it my all, and I literally hated playing this game. And you can contest till this day. I think we have other friends, Skinny James and Robbie. They have tried to get me into playing this game so much. And Yashua, I can't touch this game, but I will give credit where credit's due. I do have Championship Edition up here because it ended up being a much more solid game. I would say probably even more fun because I bought all the DLC. I wanted to make sure I gave it all that I could, make sure I downloaded all the patches and everything. But coming off of Street Fighter 4, which is a much more enjoyable experience as far as the UI to this, I can't give it S. So the most I can give it to A, and that's with it doing everything that it did with all the extra patchwork and everything else.
Yeah, I hated the online in that game too. I don't like the idea that if you lose, you get demoted. Basically, I didn't like that.
No, well, actually, I do agree with that, and that's something in all ranking system. Well, when you play ranked, if you don't want that, then you just play casual. And I don't know if casual has their own ranking system or whatever else.
No, it doesn't.
But the one thing I will give it that was solid, especially for online games, for Capcom, because I know they did it in some anime fighters if it wasn't delayed based netcode or whatever else, and that's when you rank up you literally play people in your same ranking, like in that same skill area. I've never seen it to where it's like a bronze is going to play like a gold or whatever else. I don't know if that's still I don't know if that's a thing now, but it was, if you was diamond, guarantee you was playing people in diamond. Like, but if you just got to diamond, you might play some people in gold, but it would be like the people in the higher tier. But
I think it's mostly like have to do like population. Like, they're just like if
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people playing, they're gonna match you against
yeah,
like some
just want to give
shitters.
you whoever.
Yeah.
But like when I was playing heavy, which was roughly season 2, season 3, and that's when I was just forcing the grit, and that's at the same time when what was Rose's Manat, and that's when Manat had came out heavy. It was Karen and Manat on rank all the time, and I was just pushing through. And then for some reason, I wanted to burn my copy, but
Yeah.
I kept it though.
Soul. Oh, you already went, right?
I showed mines.
Okay, you should. All right, Steve.
Yeah, all right, my
No,
turn.
mind you, Steve. You didn't play too much of Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Not as much as everyone else here.
No,
I didn't play a lot of Street Fighter 5 at all.
I played a lot of Street Fighter 5. I either played at your house or at James' house, especially when we had that tournament.
Yeah,
All right,
like I said, man, game nights, man.
all right, hold on. Before you go, Steve, let me show you some comments, right? So
No. I really want to get this thing done. Now, let me. I really want to say my piece.
yeah, get your share it. I'll read some comments once you're ready.
No. Like, I want to say my piece. This is important. This is important. Let me say my piece first. Then we'll get to the to the comment section. Which one is the original Street Fighter 5? Is it this one?
Yeah, that's original.
Yeah.
All right. I was very disappointed, with this game originally. Very, very, very disappointed. And this game gets a big fat whack. That's what this game gets.
Oh, you got it. Lord indeed.
That's no different than trash, man. Thank you.
This game gets a big whack. Why? Because one, it had barely any footsies in the game, right? No footsies in the game. Two, I hated the roster. How the hell are you going to offer us, I think it was 15 characters, when Street Fighter 4 originally had 25?
Whoa, they had 25 originally? I thought it was 20.
No, I think it was 25.
It might be 20. It was still a decent roster though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it was 25, but I'll recount it. When we talk about the future, the other titles. I hated the freaking fact that they gave us less content than the original Street Fighter 4. Like you said, Hoovy, all they really had to offer you was online. That's it. That's all that they gave you, and I didn't like the fact
that shit didn't work.
And what also, pissed me off was that they made it so much easier to where, casuals could, make easy comebacks. The people who weren't even really good at the game, they were also able to hang, with the professionals. While they were, from what I've seen online, it made people who weren't able. Well, I shouldn't say casuals, but just.
So I'll interject on that part. So I will say this: Street Fighter 5 is probably the easiest Street Fighter in the history of Street Fighter.
Well, that's the problem. That's what I mean.
But the thing, and I understand what you're saying. Like the same unless you're a Daigo, the same combos that a pro player can pull off that they put on YouTube, technically a casual can do as well.
Exactly.
The difference is the amount of time that it takes. But the biggest thing with Street Fighter 5 is the skill gap, though. You could have the same buttons and same hitbox, hurtbox, frame data, but at the end of the day, it goes by experience, and that's where I guess Street Fighter 5 shines, because for me, Street Fighter 5 is one of those I can watch it and enjoy seeing the punishes and everything from like pros and everything else. But as far as playing the game, is just.
I want to add something on the footsies thing, like how the fact there's no footsies. Mm-hmm. So original Street Fighter 5, right? So the walk speeds were terrible, and everyone had bad bad normals. I remember like some of the general strats like Rashido, like you just stand still and do stand and heavy punch over and over again until it hits.
because
And
it moved forward.
yeah, and if it counter hit, you get a full combo and then knockdown. And that's all you see him do is heavy punch, heavy punch, heavy punch. That's the whole strat. And it's so bad.
Yeah. So, and last but not least, the reason why it gets a whack is because this game, this is similar to you, Soul, but far worse for me. This game, once this game was out, especially when I went to James' house when we had that tournament, and then we had to wait, freaking 2 hours for the game to actually download in order for us to play. I officially was done with that generation. I didn't want a PS4. I did not want an Xbox One. I was officially done with this generation. I was sick and tired of the whole, microtransactions. I was sick and tired of that we no longer pop in the game in the console and play. Pop in and play. That's what I want. We didn't have that anymore. And then when they had this, when Capcom gave us this, I was done with that generation. I
Steven, you
want absolutely nothing to do with that. I went complete boycott year after year, having their nose. Year after year, I kept on complaining about that generation, the worst generation of all time when it comes to these consoles.
you should put every Street Fighter 5 and whack them because I think it was on Steam. If you was to buy everything with all the DLC, I mean costumes, colors, and everything, I think it comes out to like $1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could be exaggerating, but I remember because their sales and time has gone by now.
Yeah.
But back at like its peak, like everything cost like damn near $1,000. I will say this: this is the most cosmetic Street Fighter in history too. At least it has that.
I mean, yeah, every Street Fighter is going to be more and more cosmetically pleasing. But
I hope 6 doesn't do that.
You don't think?
oh, you mean with the skins and stuff?
Yeah, the skins, the color, because like the game was like if you bought if you like, especially if you bought vanilla, right?
Mhm.
If you bought vanilla and all it was DLC, then you're literally buying like more and more. It wasn't until like because every time when there's a different version of it that they came out, it would cost a little bit less, but it came with more, so that made it cheaper. But if you bought it day one vanilla, you spent some bread.
And plus, I ain't gonna lie. If you go online and you watch online matches, you have to wait a little bit to figure out which character is which because they went completely ham with the costumes. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Oh,
Yep.
okay, that's Falk.
Well,
Okay.
that's because that's where the money's at. Skins.
That's true.
Yeah,
Alright,
Chun-Li is infamous for it. In that game.
All right. So you done trashing on Street Fighter 5, Steve?
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
Mr.
I'm done with. Wait, hold on. Yeah, let me finish the other ones. Real quickly.
Wait, no. You didn't play those, so don't worry about it.
No, I did play those. I played the last one with you. Stop saying I didn't play them.
You played Champion Edition was the last one, and that's the one you're hovering over right now.
I will say Champion Edition does look a little better, but I got burnt so bad by 5. I didn't want to bother.
This is the Championship Edition, right?
Yeah, that's the latest one.
Yeah, that one gets a C. Everything else is either a D or a big whack. That's all he gets.
So I'm the only one that actually gave Championship Edition a better score. Wow.
I'm sure it's a decent game, but like I got burnt so bad by 5.
To be fair, I was pissed off with 5, and again, what they did with the original one was just the icing on the cake for the generation. I was officially done.
To address Nolan and telling like Street Fighter 6 will be easier. Like I don't mind if the fighting game is easier, but you don't remove like the essential things like footsies and zoning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
no. So it's still there. If I can find a video, I'll link it to you. With the UK pro players.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure Arcade Edition was good, but Street Fighter, the original vanilla Street Fighter 5 was terrible.
Oh no. I'm talking about 6.
Oh, 6. Yeah, 6 looks all right. 6 looks good.
All right, let me read some of these comments. Right, so McKinley says Street Fighter 5 original C or D. Nolan said after all that trash spamming, definite B plus. Ruben said that Street Fighter 5 did have a poor launch. Yeah. McKinley said that Arcade B, Champion A. He also says Street Fighter 5 F.
F.
Arcade C, Champion A. And Nolan said that Street Fighter C minus, Championship B plus. Nolan said that Guilty Gear Strive was better. I have Strive. I don't play it that. I don't play it that much.
It's a
Yeah,
different
but
game.
that's a
It's a
different
completely
game.
different
Yeah,
game, though. I like it better, obviously, but
yeah,
it's just a different game.
I think he just means by it's just more fun to play than 5.
yeah. Street Fighter 5 has. I mean, Guilty Gear has different issues than what we're talking about though.
Yeah. Okay, all right. And then the last one, obviously, he said 6 will be easier. All right, so we're done trashing 5. Look, I stand by my tier.
We'll give you one more chance. Make the change.
No, I'm
Make
good.
the change.
No, I'm good.
I never in my whole entire life hear somebody trash something and then it still gets a B.
Yeah, he is super high.
I can't lie. Hobby B means that you actually accept everything that happened.
No.
Yes.
I am judging the game what it ended up becoming. Because
No. Okay. Wait. For it to be it's becoming, that's Champion Edition. Street Fighter 5.
No, what it was before Arcade Edition. Remember, Arcade Edition is the second version, right?
Yeah.
What it was, because again, they added they added more features into the game. They added the story mode before the Arcade Edition. So yeah, I thought it was good, and I liked the story mode. The story mode was good. So,
Okay, so the features take it from being an unranked tier all the way to B because of everything that happened.
and I still like the gameplay overall. I just wish that the online worked when at launch.
Okay.
All right, there you go. All right, so let's go.
Yeah, but you didn't find it disappointing that I should ask you this, so because I don't know if you have many tournaments that you watch, but there were a lot of occasions where we seen comeback after comeback after comeback to the point where it was no longer special anymore. It kind of ruined the moment.
That was a common complaint.
V-Trigger?
Yeah, V-Trigger.
V-Trigger is robbery. V-Trigger is robbery depending on the character.
What is it?
It's a street robbery.
V-Trigger is robbery. You take any Karen or you take any Camby player. V-Trigger is straight robbery. If you take what was the character that Smug played? G is a robbery character. Like, it just depends on the character and their V skill. And their V-Trigger.
I think the common complaint about the game, because of the comeback factor, is there's not a lot of defensive options. So once someone got on the offensive, like
exactly,
they would just steamroll you.
And that's how people were able to make all these comebacks, like time after time again. Like, it just wasn't special anymore.
All right, so going all the way back to the first game.
Now, you're gonna show some gameplay footage. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for these ads to get the fuck out of here.
Now you're giving them credit. All right.
Okay. The OG Street Fighter. I played it. I'll go for it. I played it. This game's not good. Like, I'm sorry. This game's not good. Like, I tried. I fucking tried, but this game sucks. So I'm giving this. I'm gonna put this in unranked. This is trash, by the way. My unranked is trash, so I'm giving this trash. So
I think because it's like the original Street Fighter, like there's like the nostalgia and the fact that it's the first, and like the how we say, like there like there's no game like this.
It started everything.
Yeah. I can't give it a D just for that. I'll give it a C just because it's.
No, I didn't give it a D. I give it an F. This game sucks, bro. Like, I'm telling you, this game is not good, bro. I tried, bro. The game's not good. So So you're gonna give it a D?
I give it a C just because it started everything.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, go ahead, James.
Well, I actually gave it a C as well. For all the reasons that Soul did as well, but my personal experience, I had to play it on a Tandy 2000 with a joystick, which was actually horrible. But I was able to actually get my hands on it a little bit later on down the line. I can't lie, when it comes down to execution, it's one of the hardest games in the world. But again, it's mainly because it literally started everything. When you think about every fighting game that you like that has happened since then, transition even to now, is because of this game. So I gave it at least C for that, just because of that.
Okay, let me fight back on that a little bit. Let me fight that on that a little bit. Now, I compared this game, right? Which I forgot what I think this came out in 1987, right? And then I compare it to Art of Fighting, right? Is the gameplay is actually very similar, very you know it's very simple for its time, right? Or at least for what it is for the standard for today. The difference is Art of Fighting is so much better looking in this game.
Question: when was the first Art of Fighting? What year?
Um, let me
It
look
came
that
out
up.
way after Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, because
Street
here's
Fighter
the
1.
thing, right? Like Art of Fighting is probably more comparable to competing with Street Fighter 2. You know,
Wait,
champion.
hold on. Was Art of Fighting an NES game, movie?
No, SNK.
Yeah, that's
No,
okay.
no. NES. Was it on a Nintendo?
Yeah, it was on it was on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, but the version I'm talking about is the arcade version.
Thing is, like, Street Fighter 1 is like Wilt Chamberlain. Like, you don't really compare him to any other
Yeah.
Street Fighters. Like, you just like, accept that they're great for his time.
Okay. All right. So the OG Street Fighter is 87. Let me look for Art of Fighting. Because I know Art of Fighting came out a little bit after. So, but even still, Art of Fighting, when you compare the two, it's a much better game. It's a much better game. All right. So Art of Fighting came out in hold on. Let me look for it. 92. So that's what
Oh,
yeah.
You got footage of Art of Fighting?
Neo Geo in 1990. So
Yeah, it came out in 92. So it's a little unfair to compare the two.
yeah,
But
5 years is a big difference when you talk about development of a game.
yeah, that's true. But this game's not good though. I ain't gonna lie. This game's not good. Steve, what's up? What's up with you?
All right, let me see if I can find mines over here. Let me share so everybody could see. Um, First, let me see if I can even find it.
It's right there on your finger.
Um,
It was right next to the Street Fighter 2 in the blue.
oh, here. All right, this game, I am going to give this a D. And the reason why I give this game a D, I have to disagree with Soul. No game, no fighting game on the NES was good. None of them. I
What?
tried them. None of those games were good. I've tried Air Kung Fu. I've tried something karate. I forgot what it was. And what all a lot of these games had in common, you were only able to pick two characters. Like so many fighting games, you were only able to pick two characters.
Wow.
Obviously, graphically, it wasn't good. And I never had fun with the game. I never had fun with the game. So I think at that particular time, it just wasn't suitable for fighting games. I just didn't think any fighting game was just good on the NES.
But
So
that's not the Nintendo version. That's the arcade version that I showed.
the Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, even still,
Yeah,
I'm not into it.
the game doesn't age well. I get that it's the history of it, but it don't age well, bro.
Yo, the modern day privileges is killing me because I guarantee you, when you were younger back then, you thought Super Mario and Nintendo was the stuff. If you look at Mario now, it's
It
not
still
even.
is. It
You
still is.
can't.
I can,
No,
It's
that-
not,
no.
it's not the
I can-
stuff. What I'm saying is
I can still play it.
no, but what I'm saying is back then, if you look at Mario, Mario was this pixelated 16-bit, like little chubby character that moved around or whatever else. Now it's in full 4K glory, depending on how your setup is. And you're talking about like, man, it just doesn't look good.
I
or
will say
whatever.
Mario held up well. Street
Yes.
Fighter, Street Fighter didn't hold up.
And I'll say this, and people don't agree with me when I say this. Randy goes crazy when I say this. I prefer Mario on the Nintendo than I do on Mario on the Super Nintendo graphically.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, hold
Are you talking
on.
about Super Mario World?
Yeah, no, not World. I actually don't like Mario World, but I'm talking
You're
about.
crazy. That's like one of the best Marios.
3 is better, but here's the thing, right?
3 is good. I'll say 3 is good, but World's good. Go ahead.
I prefer the artistic style of the OG Nintendo Mario game than I did when they remade them for the Super Nintendo.
Now, Hubby, question. Because back in the day, they couldn't always work on one or the other. There's a difference between graphics and the UI and gameplay. So is there something in there when because you say like you like the old one for the graphics, but is it just that or because you
Oh,
said
that's it. That's it.
okay.
Just that. That's it.
I want to make sure because some people do confuse the whole UI and everything when they talk about certain things.
And also the game is easier on the Super Nintendo than they did on Nintendo. It's easy, even though
I
gameplay
agree.
is not different. It's not really that different. You have less lives in the Nintendo version than they started you
More
off.
unforgiving, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you had less lives, and they didn't have many coins either. That many coins to so you could have an extra life. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very hard. Like they were very very valuable on the
The
NES.
Super had like more unique bosses and stuff, and more unique like foes.
Yeah, but
No, you're right, but the original version for the Nintendo that was so hard to play. Like
Wait,
it
hold
was
on, hold
so
on,
hard
hold on, hold
to
on, hold on, hold on. So we're literally saying that Street Fighter tier list is so trash that we had to go to Mario.
no. We
It's
just
just
kind of
we'll
like
be saying blasphemous stuff.
No.
I gotta defend Super Mario.
yeah,
'Cause I think Super Mario World is like one of the best Marios.
it's fine. All right, 3 is better. Anyways, all right. So let me go to all right. So this is like this one. Hopefully this won't take too long because there's so many fucking games.
I think we covered like the competitive ones. I can give like pretty good analysis of. The rest are like just for fun.
Okay. All right. So this video they're making a Street Fighter 2.
All right, here we
All right,
go.
so-
Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition.
Yeah.
Goated.
Yeah. So all right. So
And
let me
who was after it?
yeah. All right. So you have this here. Let me bring up my tier list. Hold on a second. Let me get my tier list. So I gotta stop this. Let me go to the tier list.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. So this is the game that is the most revolutionary fighting game of all time. It's one of the greatest It's one of the greatest video games of all time. Street Fighter 2 in general. So let me see if I can find the OG, the original one. Okay, I think this is the OG one. Street Fighter 2, right here. All right. OG Street Fighter 2.
Championship Edition.
No, this is the one before it. He's doing the one before it.
Yeah, the OG with the one with the 8 characters. I'm gonna give this one a B. Right? Championship Edition. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Yes, if I'm correct, Championship Edition is 8 characters.
No, Championship Edition is Champion Edition is 12. It has all the Shadow bosses.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's the
Right.
edition.
hold on. Why are you giving the original Street Fighter 2 a B?
No, it's a revolutionary fighting game. But the other
But it gets a B.
yeah,
Okay.
the Champion Edition.
Dude, I'm telling you, your words are not consistent. With,
I'm gonna be pretty harsh on it. So
The Champion Edition gets an A because it added the 4 boss characters.
Oh man, COVID.
No, stop that. Stop
oh
that.
shit.
All right,
Mike.
All right, so where's Turbo?
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah, where's
Right there. Oh no, hold on. Where is it?
Where's Turbo?
It's to bottom left, second from the left.
Okay, there we go. No, that's Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
That's Super
Oh.
Street Fighter 2.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
No. Wait.
That's Super Turbo. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
No,
Oh, you
I'm
looking
looking
for
for Street Fighter.
Super Street Fighter?
No, regular Street Fighter. The OG Street.
Oh, Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at the very bottom. Bottom left, second one. Yeah, that one.
No, that's Super.
He's looking for Street Fighter Turbo. Is that there? I don't think it's there.
I don't see it.
I think that's the one. Wait, isn't it that one? The one in the bottom left, far left?
No, that's
No, that's Super
third.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Oh, to the left of that?
All right. Oh,
I think you're right. I think that's
okay,
it.
fucking
Yeah, Hoovy, that's it. Because you could see you can't see the turbo,
It got cut off.
but you could it's cut off. But that's the one.
This one right here.
Far
No.
left, far left.
This
This
one.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Turbo.
My bad. Go down. Go back down. Go back down. My bad. Go back down. Go back down.
All right. Yeah.
It's that one right there in the middle, next to the Game Boy. It's between the Game Boy and Street Fighter Alpha anthology.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I used to have it at an A, right? But the gameplay of this game is fucking phenomenal. It's too fucking good. So I'm putting this in S tier.
Oh man, explain please.
Dude, it's just the gameplay is just so much fun. I remember me and Randy would play this game like heavy. And the speed of the game was just so much fun. It was just so much fun. So
how you could change the speed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we always make it as fast as possible. So okay, so yeah, that's an S tier. And where's the new challengers?
Right there. Go up.
Mm-hmm.
Go right there. Super Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, I found it. This is S tier also because they added every character that they added. I love Fei Long, Cammy, DJ, T Hawk, especially T Hawk. That's my dude.
That's HD mix, right?
No. That's not HD remix. No.
Are you sure? Look at the artwork.
I mean, the artwork is HD remake, but
but still Super Turbo.
Yeah. But that's my thing. And the Super Turbo, I'll give that one an A. Yeah, I'll give that one an A.
I think it's already up there. Oh no, it's right there to the right.
Yeah. Then
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's the one with Akuma in it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll give that one an A. You know, so these are the two versions that I like the most. Turbo, the original Turbo, and the new challengers. Those are that's my everything else. Everything else is either B, OG, and then 2 Champion Edition and Turbo 2 is an A, and yeah, this is all confusing. I saw this saying this, but my 2 favorite ones are the new challengers and OG Turbo 2. So,
all right. Go ahead. So I'm really looking forward to what you have to say.
All right, let me share my screen real quick because I played a lot of Super Turbo, and I did play like all the others as well.
Oh, haven't I can't see Soul's screen.
Oh, I didn't share it yet.
Yeah, I didn't share it yet.
All right, there we go. All right. Oh, that's the Game Boy version. I'll put it on the ring.
Yeah, those Game Boy games were not good.
That's
because the Game Boy was garbage. But you know, we can have that conversation for another day.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So I mean, I put all the original Super Fighter 2, Super Fighter 2, Super Fighter Champ Edition. I put those all in B tier. They're decent games, but when you go back and play them, they do feel kind of slow without the turbo feature.
Yeah, that's true.
Super Fighter 2 Turbo, I put that at A because it's solid.
Mm-hmm.
And Super Turbo, I put that at S because that's when I feel like they hit the right like note with the adding the supers, and it felt really like a complete game to me.
Yeah, that's pretty much the start of pretty much what we got from Alpha onward.
Yeah, it started like combos and stuff. It feels good, even though like everything's broken. It's like the Marvel 2 of Street Fighter. So yeah, that's my
James,
list.
what about you?
Why I'm curious why you didn't put Street Fighter 2 Turbo on S tier.
It is an S tier. This is it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Just because it's missing like some features, like it didn't have like combos built in just yet. Like it isn't officially in the game yet, and there's no supers. And that's pretty much it. It is a good game though. It's solid. I have no problem with it really.
So you're okay with Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the S tier, despite that Akuma was completely broken in the game.
He's banned.
Everybody,
we pretend like Akuma doesn't exist. Don't worry about that guy.
What? You can't do that. But he's in the game.
In the tournament settings, you can.
He's banned. I just don't. I pretend like he doesn't exist.
Oh, all right, that's good. Go ahead, James.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. I'll share this.
style.
Okay, so mine is actually I guess a little different. I got Street Fighter 2 and Championship Edition, both in B.
Whoa!
Damn.
Explain yourself.
Well,
Hold on, let me get your thing on. Hold on.
Hold on. I think he's joking. Let me make sure. I want to see his thing. I want to see his list.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the screen to scroll down. Hold on a second. Oh man, there you go. So what do you have at B?
okay, so Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition for me
Yeah.
is B.
Yeah, okay. I have it on the same place.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I thought he said C. I thought he said C. Okay.
no. I have a different one in C that y'all actually didn't say.
I see it. Oh shit, I see it. I see it.
But
Whoa!
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street like all in Super Street Fighter, like those are the two that I played heavy.
Yeah.
And like Soul said, once the speed actually kicked in, it changed the game in a way that just made it way more enjoyable, way more playable. So it wasn't hard. Anything with turbo in it was better. Like, but the one that y'all didn't talk about, which actually I'm actually being nice with this because Street Fighter Turbo HD Remix, the version that I played was on the Switch, and honestly, I want to put that in trash.
Oh,
that's Switch though.
That's the one that you have, Steve.
No, that's not the one. That's not the one.
No, there was a version. There was a version before it, and that one was actually good. But I didn't play enough of that one to actually give it like a true rating. But I played enough to where I can't say it's unranked. But as soon as I touched the Switch version, that game is butt cheeks.
What was your main problem with it?
Huh?
What was your main problem with it?
Hitbox, hurtbox. Honestly didn't like the art style either to it. I guess that's just me being seasoned, I guess, for it. But
I agree. The art style did look a little weird. It felt like there's like drawings on the screen that you're just playing with.
Yeah.
Let
me speak my piece on HD Remake, right?
Yeah.
So I just put it in B tier.
Oh, let me see.
Let me put mine back up. I put HD Remake in B tier.
Well, now, here's the problem, though. You don't know which version of it, so that's why I just
no. The one that I'm referring to is the one that came out on. I think it came out on PS3 and Xbox 360 early. And here's the thing.
That's a decent one.
I don't mind the art style, but it don't look better than the OG. I don't mind it, but it don't look better than the OG. I don't mind the music, but it's not better than the OG. And I'm not gonna lie to you. That game, playing that game, made me realize that Street Fighter 2 is broken. Because every time I played online, right, I never landed a hit. Never.
Oh wow.
What would happen to me? I will get comboed. I get back up, get comboed again, get back up, comboed again, and I would get dusted. Completely dusted.
That's just a skill gap though.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, how can I just play my skill if I'm not allowed to do anything?
No, but that's where me and Soul come from. It's one of those games to where it's like once you learn that you can just keep doing crouching short into like Tatsu or DP into a dizzy and literally do the same damn thing and you're pretty much dead. And if you have life, you either beta throw or you did a special move.
There are gimmicks in the game where if you don't know the counter to the gimmick, you die. Period. Like you see me fight Yeshua and he just does the stupid Chun-Li flip kick. That's like it's pure 50. He doesn't know which side it lands on.
He's actually in the chat right now.
I see that.
And he was supposed to be in this podcast, but he flaked.
Nice.
Yeah. We have to call him out real quick. Yeah, Kidvid was also supposed to join us, but because he's complaining about it'll take too long, how many games we're doing, Yeah, we have the guy here
But
who loves Street Fighter, but yet he didn't want to partake.
I do have to call you out though, Steve, because you didn't tell me Big James was going to be in the podcast.
I did tell you.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You mentioned Soul and Yoshi. You never mentioned James.
I did mention James.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I knew the whole time. It's just everybody forgot about the date because me and Soul definitely forgot when Steven first said it last week.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So you go with your Street Fighter 2 thing.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. So let me see. Oh yeah, it's still on.
Your thing's there. I'll switch to you.
Yo, shout out to Junior. He messaged me personally, but apparently he's watching this. So shout out to him.
Look, listen, James. I have no clue what's wrong with this guy. It's like he purposely wants to be an inconvenience.
Wait,
the stuff that he does, I just don't understand. Riddler, like this, the stuff that he does. Like one, he talks in riddles. Two, when we go out, everybody is sitting down eating, but he always wants to stand. And now, when it comes to the podcast, instead of participating in the chat, he wants to text us individually on our phone.
I can't lie.
When it talks about someone being an enigma, that dude should be in the dictionary. His face should be in the dictionary.
Wow. So yeah, Junior, aka Yoda with the speech. That's what I call him. But he has to be one of the hardest working poverty guys I've ever seen in my life because that man's always at work.
Are you guys talking about Rudolphi? Oh,
yeah,
I'm not trying to put that man's government out there. So
shit, but that's who you guys are talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But also, I mean, I can't lie. Outside of Soul with the appetite, I think Junior might got him beat. So, it's that man sit down at a table. You might as well just put the napkin around his neck and then let him go to town. That man might not want to sit down because as soon as the food's there, it's gone. So
that's true.
All right, go ahead, Steve. You guys gotta stop slandering my homeboy.
All right. So the original Street Fighter 2, it gets a B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets a B. I kind of went ahead a little bit. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, gets an A, and Super Street Fighter 2, gets an S. Like you said, having Cammy, DJ, T-Hawk, additional characters, I thought was a phenomenal idea on Capcom's part. We finally got a refreshment, and we got new characters, and I think that was fantastic what they did.
And unlike 4, these characters are good.
We'll get back to that. The Street Fighter 2 for the Game Boy gets a big whack. All right, the original Street Fighter 2 for the Game Boy gets a whack.
You might as well put every fighting game ever made that ever released on that handheld a whack also.
Yeah, most handheld games are not good.
Yeah.
I remember I played Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy one time, and I had to stop. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like I knew it wasn't going to be Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo, right? But that thing was just trash, and Street Fighter the same way.
You know what wasn't that bad? Guilty Gear on Game Boy Advance. It actually wasn't that bad.
No, you know what? The Game Boy Advance has some really good fighting games on there.
I think the Game Boy Advance had a really good thumb pad. That's why it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
All right. So Street Fighter HD Remix, I have to give this one an A. I like the music, and I do like the art style. At first, I didn't like it, but then as I continued playing with it, I did like the the brightness and the extra coloring that they add into the game. It looked more flashy to me, and I obviously with the specials like they had your supers in there, so I had to give that one an A alongside with Super Turbo. Championship Edition. This one was tough, man. Yeah. I'm gonna have to give it a B.
That makes sense.
I'm giving it a B, because to me I felt like Championship Edition was I mean You guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like it was the same as Street Fighter 2 with just new characters.
Yeah,
Which had,
it was. The only difference was the four new was the bosses.
yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
It was the exact same game, so I felt like, you know what? Yeah, let me just give it a B with that also. And I think that's it with my list with my
Okay.
Street Fighter 2s. Yeah. Oh wait, well, hold on. Which one is this one? What's this one?
Uh,
That is a Street Fighter 2.
yeah, there's Street Fighter 2. Let me see.
I
I
have
think
no
that
idea
might
what.
be a handheld one because they got the white box on the side, like the white.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But if you got every major version, then we're good. You don't have to worry about it. All right. So Kidman said that I beat Street Fighter 2 on a Tiger handheld.
Oh wow.
What were you doing? Like seriously, my guy? What were you doing? Like, oh god, I remember playing those. It was disgusting. All right, so on to Alpha. On to Alpha.
All right, here we go.
You didn't play none of the well, I guess that would be yeah.
All right, so next one is Alpha, right? All right, so where's the OG Alpha? Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Okay, I see Alpha 2. Where's Alpha? I don't see it.
There's a bunch of
It's right there. It's right next to each. They're all next to each other.
Yeah,
Bottom
to the left. It's the 3.
Yeah, all
to the
three
left.
right there.
Where?
Bottom
To the
left.
left.
Bottom left. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I put Super Street Fighter 2 to give that one an S.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So the OG Alpha, I'm going to give that a B. It's a fun fighting game. There's not enough characters. Not enough. Like I think it had 11 characters, from what I can remember. But it's fun though. I like it.
Okay.
Okay. The Alpha 2. Right? Now there's I think there's 2, and then there's Gold. Right? I think Gold is right here. But
Yeah.
Street Fighter, like Alpha 2, I'll give that a B also. But gold is an A. Gold is an A.
I can't remember what was the difference between the two.
It had more characters, but I think there was more to it than that. But it had more characters, so I'm gonna give that credit an A. The
Okay.
Super Nintendo version of Alpha 2, that's just an F. That's just a fucking F. I don't know who okayed this game to be released on the Super Nintendo.
I heard that it was unplayable.
Bro,
I remember it was laggy. I played it. It was
laggy.
Wait. It was like what type of lag? You talking about like frame startup, like when you hit a button? Like it
No,
was,
not laggy. I should say it had frame drop rates.
Oh, that's
Significant frame drop rates.
And also, every time the match started, it would say fight, and the game would freeze for like 6 seconds.
Wow.
And then the fight would start. And I played this game on Super Nintendo, and I didn't realize it until I grew up how garbage it was. Because I was like, oh my god, we get to play Street Fighter Alpha on the Super Nintendo. Because at the time, that was the only console I had. So, and I heard about Alpha. I wanted to play Alpha. So I played. So I, once Alpha came out on Super Nintendo and I was able to rent it, I played it, and I was just having fun with the game. I didn't realize how broken the fucking game was until I grew up. Crazy. It's crazy. And before in Alpha 3, let me go to Alpha 3. Alpha 3.
to your right.
Do not screw this one up, please.
To your right.
To my right? Okay.
Far right is the second one.
Yeah, all the way to right.
Okay.
Oh, before you do that one, give a grade on the Game Boy version first.
We already know the handheld ones.
I will say this: the PSP version of Alpha 3, that would be an S tier, because that's the most.
Wait! Don't talk about that yet, because it is there.
Oh, it is.
So,
Oh, Max.
you
Okay.
get one first.
I see it.
Oh snap! It is there.
Yeah. So
All right, go ahead.
three and Max are getting S's. Yeah, 3 and S's are getting Max are getting S tier. Obviously, Alpha 3 is a great game. Plus, it had the original World Tour mode,
Yes.
which is awesome. And Max is the most complete fighting
You
Alpha
still
2
got
out there.
you still have one more. You have the Game Boy Advance one.
I never played the Game Boy Advance version.
Which one was Max? I don't remember that.
It's the one that added. I think it added Yun, Yang, Ingrid, and Eagle in
Okay.
the game.
I mean,
And
it's just the same thing with the extra characters, right?
yeah. But okay, I'll give the Game Boy Advance version. Okay, I do remember playing a little bit of it. I'll give it a B. It's definitely it's a decent version.
Oh, okay, all right.
But the PSP version is the best one. Yeah. So that's my ranking.
Kid Vid said something funny. Oh my gosh.
What did Kevin say?
He said he would give it a D.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance version.
No. He was talking about the Tiger handheld.
Oh, okay.
He said Alpha.
Alright.
Mechanic said Alpha 1's a B, Alpha 2 golden A.
No, okay.
All right. So what's your ranking?
Who's next?
I'll share my screen.
Yeah,
All right.
I think James is out for right now.
Oh, he had to go.
No, he's still there, but I guess he had to go use the bathroom or something.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Thanks. So I wish I put some music, bro.
You can buy music. Just look for this YouTube something.
So who's this?
I'm doing the alphas right now. I mean, Alpha 1. I didn't actually play a lot of Alpha 1, but I remember enjoying it as a kid. But so I just put it at B. But I don't know. Like the alphas, I never played competitively. Really, maybe tried to play Alpha 3 competitively, but I was a little too late in the game when it was out. So, but still, Alpha 3 is still S tier for me.
Yeah,
because it's actually like on a competitive level, it's actually entertaining to watch.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a fun game. It did have infinites though, so of the S tiers, this is the lowest of the S's because the infinites really kind of hurt the game a little bit. And Alpha 2 is the same thing. I enjoyed that as a kid.
Yeah.
That one I had the most fun with because that was introduction of custom combos, and I thought that was like
that's right.
And then Alpha 3 Max is just Alpha 3 with more characters. I'll move it up. That's it.
Okay. All right. What about you, James?
Yeah, I'm.
Wait, hold on. So you're missing the other game at the bottom. Scroll down.
Oh, this is the Super Nintendo version. And what else is there?
Yeah. No. I want to know why you gave it a D. I'm just curious.
Super Nintendo is unplayable. It was just it had frame drop rates like significant. Like, I wasn't playing competitively, and I still found it unplayable. Like, as a kid.
Well, as a kid, dude, you were able to tell even as a kid. That's cool.
All right, James, your screen's up right now.
Oh, okay. So, for me, there's certain ones I didn't play because I didn't own the Super Nintendo, so didn't own a Game Boy, and I never tried out 2 Gold. I was a PlayStation warrior for a long time. So Alpha and Alpha 2. For me, Alpha was the series that I played the most, and this was the one where my whole addiction with training mode actually happened because I was constantly playing Alpha when it came out, playing against the computer, going to the game magazines trying to find out cheat codes or how to unlock different things. So the Alpha series was a big one for me. Alpha 2 introduced the combos. I was trying to do Akuma's loose for the longest time, couldn't get it right. Zangief's slide, fireball, and everything else. Alpha 3, same thing that Hubby said. The World Tour mode was really good. It gave a little bit of a RPG aesthetic to it too, because when you leveled up, you actually was able to get certain things like air guard or whatever else.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was fun.
And Max literally gives you, it's PSP only. They do have a ROM version of it for PC, but you get, there's so many options, so many different modes. It makes absolutely no sense. Like, if every fighting game followed Max, you would have nothing to complain about single player content. Like, Max is goated. Now, the one that y'all forgot about, and I'm putting it in S tier because, well, I love it. I love Alpha, so which is Alpha Anthology. Like, it gives you pretty much all of them. Like,
Okay.
So Yeah, so
Oh, the reason why I didn't put that is because I thought we were going to save the collections like for last. So that's why
oh, I thought we were
I
going
was on
by
the assumption.
series. I thought we was going by series.
Yeah,
So
we're
It's
going by
still
series.
part of the alpha series. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
we're just going by series. But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, but like I agree with him on the Alpha 3 thing. On Alpha 3 Max, I remember I had it on PSP. It's completely feature rich. But Steve, your go.
okay. That's
Well,
my
if
me.
it also had dramatic battle, which we haven't seen since.
yes, Alpha. We'll get to that because there is technically it in other games, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
All right, so Street Fighter Alpha 2 for the Super Nintendo, I gave it a big whack. All right, I gave it a huge whack because you I think, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think this is the only game that actually had lag or frame rate issues. I don't
Yeah.
recall any other game that had this problem.
Yeah,
No, because it was the game completely was it wasn't meant to be on the Super Nintendo.
yeah.
Correct.
Wasn't
Yeah.
meant
The
to be
Super
on
Nintendo wasn't strong enough to play the game, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's why it gets
A
a whack.
reoccurring thing on Nintendo game
You,
systems.
I was thinking about giving it a D, but no, you can't have a game out there for the public to play and the game is unplayable. You can't have that. That's an automatic F to me. Right? That's
Yeah,
automatic F. The same thing how I felt about that stupid unplayable cyberpunk game. I still can't get over that. A game that's so unplayable. Yeah. So
wait, it's still
this
unplayable? I thought they fixed it.
They fixed it. They fixed it. I heard it's
yeah,
not bad now.
no, yeah, they fixed it, but I'm not in the mood to play a game anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm just
When you
looks
release it like that, it loses a bad taste in people's mouth.
exactly. It was just a huge turnoff. You know what I'm saying? So this falls under that same category as Cyberpunk. If you're unplayable, you get an F. Alpha Street Fighter Alpha, that one gets a C because I didn't like the roster. Um, Too many characters were removed, and I could understand why, but the characters that they had in there, I wasn't really feeling that much. So Alpha, gets a C. Alpha 2, where is it? Alpha 2, what's Alpha
See,
2?
it's right next to Alpha 3.
Oh, okay, here we go. Alpha 2, that one gets a B. Alpha 2 Gold gets an A. And had more characters. And Alpha 3, fantastic game. This one gets an S. This one has to have an S. I really love, the isms in the game. You had your A ism, which was the standard. You had the X ism. See, the X ism, I thought that was very interesting to have that one in there because although it was one bar, it dealt massive, massive damage if it was connected. Massive damage on the X ism. And like Soul said, the V-ism, you could use custom combos. And the reason why I thought this game was so special was not just the characters, but like depending on which ism that you chose, completely changes the character's move list.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that is true. That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
Because if you chose X with Chun Li, if you chose Aism, she would wear the
the
tights, right?
tights. Yeah, the
But if
tights.
you
Yeah,
pick X, she would have her Street Fighter 2 gear.
right.
I think she's the only character that did that.
No. Bison was that way too. If you chose Bison Aism, he throws the projectile. He
No,
doesn't
no,
have the cycle pressure.
I'm talking about outfit. I'm talking about outfit.
Oh, with the outfit?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think she's the only one that did that.
Yeah, with the Alpha, yeah.
yeah. But the
Because,
moves, yeah.
I know Sodom had a different between the size and the not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And FYI, we need that nigga back in Street Fighter.
Yeah, it's been too long. It's been way too long.
Sure.
Yeah. And like I was saying, even with Bison, his gameplay style or fighting style completely changed depending on what you chose. Like
Yeah.
he didn't even have the Cycle Crusher regular move in the Aism. You could only
the
use
fireball.
you could only use that with the Xism, but also his special his super Cycle Crusher move was only on the Xism, I believe it was. No, on the Aism. On
It was,
Aism.
It was
actually,
actually
it was they actually had a special version of them as well, and you knew that because when you would do crouch and heavy, it actually had you would have the aura around it because the regular version didn't have the aura, and you could do Super Cycle Crusher, which was busted.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember the AI doing that to me.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah. Oh.
man! It took me days. Like that's the other thing I really liked about that game. Street Fighter Alpha was really the only game where no Street Fighter 2 was the same way. Street Fighter 2 was broken when it comes to the AI. Man, that thing was so cheap. It was
Yeah,
so
the
mad.
AI is insane.
Actually,
Yeah.
one thing to note, they actually changed up how they did the story mode a little bit. I can't remember if King of Fighters did it first because around this time SNK was going heavy with the King of Fighters, but in the Alpha series, it would be like 2-3 battles, and then you get the little cutscene, kind of like King of
Yeah.
Fighters.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
at the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
And one thing I know from Alpha 3, because I did it so much, depending on how many perfects you had, if you had 2 perfects, you fought somebody different. And if you had 3 perfects, you fought Shinakuma. And I would always try to get 3 perfects.
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
remember that.
And there was a different way where you were able to fight Evil Ryu also. I forgot how.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I was never good enough to get perfect like that. I just wanted to win.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
was able to get perfects.
it was very easy. All you had to do was just cheese with regular Kuma, because Akuma you could do literally heavy Tatsu into DP. It was still one of the easiest ways to do it.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, Hoovy, the World Tour,
Hey,
that was
Vampire
fantastic.
Survivor.
Oops.
What happened?
That's my
What
suggestion.
What's up?
What?
What just happened?
No, 'cause I was looking down at the screen, and I'm like, what the hell is Soul looking at? And so I just popped it up.
I was looking at Vampire Survivor. Looking at my
Yeah.
achievements.
Yo, that game is goated, guys. $3, a lot of content.
All right. And last but not least, I think we have
I'll get your backup.
I'm not-
Alpha 3 Max. This might actually surprise you all, but I'm giving this
Bruh.
one
Oh,
an A
bruh,
instead of an S.
you sweet.
And here's the reason why. And this hopefully this doesn't start any type of controversy or any type of turbulence in this podcast.
Yo, we got beef just
The
because
re-
today.
The reason why that it's not an S along with the original Street Fighter Alpha 3 is because it's only available for the PSP. That's why.
Are you serious?
That's
It's
why.
literally
You can't have. I don't know what in the world was Capcom thinking. You can't give a game that had the most content.
Capcom.
It has
It's probably
that-
not Capcom.
You can't.
It's Sony, because at the time Sony was trying to push the PSP heavy. So they wanted to get games and IPs that people were popular with, and that's the reason why they have a feature-rich Alpha 3 or Street Fighter on there, is because they were trying to push the PSP heavy.
Well, because of that, it had to suffer. So it has to get an A. It's not getting an S. It has to get an A. That's why. And-
this is the same dude.
And
I
let
guarantee
me
if this game was on
also
the
say
DS,
this.
if this game was on the DS, he would not have said that.
That's not
I
true.
know damn well he would
That
not
is not
have said
true.
it was on the
And
DS.
wait, hold on, Steven. One thing that I can even say, because I was playing Marvel 3 on the PS Vita, and they really didn't change much when it came down to the analog and buttons. The main thing was the screen. The PSP played fighting games very well. So, like, everything that you said about majority of the handhelds has been trash. I'm surprised Alpha 3 is even in C. But for you to give the PSP and it being Alpha 3 Max, I can't lie, man. I gotta call cap on that, even if that's still a high grade, man.
That's a very high grade. An A is a
No, but
fantastic
the only
grade.
reason why it's lower is at there because it's not on the platform that you fanboyed for.
No, if it was on the PS, on a regular console, it would definitely get an S. But no, you can't. No, you can't do that. It has to suffer because of it.
No. If I guarantee, if it was on the DS, it would be an S tier.
No, it wouldn't. No.
Yeah, it would.
It
Yeah,
would-
you
it would not.
fanboyed heavy for the DS.
No, trust me. No. I would have been disappointed either way. But
No,
here-
get the hell out of here.
here's
We
the-
all
here's
that
the
push
thing.
you were doing for the DS at
Yo,
the time.
McKinley, I agree with you. Exactly. He was saying that they was pushing the PSP heavy, and that's what I was trying to explain. Like at the end of the day, you can't blame Capcom for certain things, just the same way you can't really blame Capcom for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like when you're working under certain conditions, sometimes there's some factors that's out of your control, man. So, again, the most honestly, out of all the fighting games that we have up there so far, the most feature rich out of all of them is Alpha 3 Max, and all it is Alpha 3 plus more. So just for it being Alpha 3, you should like, oh man.
Same game.
On that one. We got beef on that one, man.
Yeah, I know this was going to start something, but no, I'm sorry. For it to be exclusively on a handheld device and not on a console is unacceptable to me. It gets an A. It gets an A, not an S.
You're full of crap, Steve. Anyway,
and one last thing. I really do hope one day Capcom brings back this whole world tour thing. That was just a phenomenal thing.
Technically, they are with 6.
It's 6.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Right. Ruben said that Tekken Advance is S tier. My guy, no, it's not. No, it's a good Tekken game on the Game Boy Advance, but it's not S tier. Definitely not that.
Tekken Advance. Which one is that one?
It's the game. It's
Tekken
game on the
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance.
It's not.
I played that game. That it's a good Tekken game, but it's not in S tier. Not even close. Not even close. All right. Before we get to the main event, let's get this shit out the way first. The movie.
Oh yes, please.
Yo,
Easy S tier.
Yeah.
What?
Wait.
Triple S. Best game of all time.
Hold on. So, what is the meaning of this?
This nigga's about to make me die. Oh shit!
What is the meaning of this?
I'm honestly kidding.
You thought you were being serious?
To be totally honest with you, if you actually played it, the UI, the fighting mechanics of it.
Don't start it. Don't start this, James.
No. I'm dead ass.
No.
If you never played it, then unrank it. But if you actually played it, the game wasn't bad as far as playing. It's just it looks bad. So
what? You knew exactly what Capcom was doing. They wanted to compete with Mortal Kombat. That's it.
You know, it's funny. I actually never played it. I saw Skinny James and Vaughn play it one time, and then at BCC, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Wait, hold on. For you, hold on. I just realized what you just said. I realized just what you said. For you to say that it's a business ploy when I literally just told you about Alpha 3 Max being a business ploy, and you want to give it an A, you capping for real now.
How am I capping? How's that cap?
It's literally the same thing, and you want to try to rebuttal that on me. It was literally a business transaction. I literally said Alpha 3 Max is because of Sony, not Capcom. It's a way to get people to buy the PSP, which is Sony. And you were just like, it gotta suffer.
Okay.
And you just said that the movie is the same thing as a business ploy. Come on, man.
Yeah. And it has to suffer. It has to suffer. Okay. Just because it was, because of the movie, why did they have to imitate the graphic style at Mortal Kombat? Why?
Because they didn't care.
For the same reasons as Alpha 3 Max. Exact same reason. Business. It's all a business ploy.
They just wanted the game out for the movie. Now here's the thing. The game, look, it's straight doo-doo. Like, I'm sorry, it is. It's not good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I personally, I played it. I didn't like it. And the thing that confused me about the game is that they had this character named Swama or whatever. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck was that? They had Akuma in the game. He wasn't in the fucking movie. And if he was,
Akuma has always been a hidden character for like the older games, so they probably just want to bring that nostalgia back.
Yeah.
You know what they did? They put a random Chinese person with a fucking red wig. That's what they did.
That's just funny.
What other Street Fighter game he was in?
In Street Fighter 2, he was a hidden character. Who's playing?
He was
Auto. Oh,
No,
wait, is that Randy?
I can't confirm or deny that's Randy, but that's I can't confirm or deny that's him. But he said Big James. Shout out to you. Ruben
So,
said, "Stop it, James."
hey,
Thank you, Ruben. Thank
look,
you.
look, wait. Maybe they don't know my pedigree, but Soul definitely does know. I play a lot of niche fighting games, and I'm good at them. So it's one of those things of, and Soul could contest to that because back in BC, I brought a lot of fighting games that people never heard of.
Yeah, James loved bringing the most
Yeah,
random
yeah,
fighting
yeah.
games.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
No,
I played Kusoges a lot.
Yoshi's the same way. He likes to play these random, weird Japanese, unorthodox fighting games. I just don't understand them.
No, I appreciate it. Like, just offer something new. Like Ruben also said, they just wanted to have a game come out for the movie, and Ruben said that the platform matters. PSP, come on.
Exactly. Thank
Here,
you.
no, but here's the difference. The game played very well on the PSP. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like a 3DS situation. The 3DS is garbage, right? And the game play like it. When you're having touchscreen supers in the game and everything like that, you have joysticks that don't.
But the question is the PSP controller good though? Did you like the D-pad?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so
Wait. Ruben says he fought me in battle arena Toshinden. Okay. So unfortunately, Ruben, I don't know who you are. Out of sight, out of mind. No offense. What'd you say?
I remember the name Ruben.
I remember the name, but we got to hang out at some point. So you got to get a gathering going.
Yeah.
All right. So Playing Victim also said that it's a common practice to release media to promote films or games.
Exactly, 100%.
Doesn't mean
Every
it's good.
Power Rangers movie came out, merch came out with it.
Yeah.
Every Spider-Man merch came out. It's no different. It's just a business ploy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Sony has probably one of the best handhelds to come out since the.
Oh, it's Tremaine.
Facts.
Oh, okay.
Why
Facts.
is his name Ruben?
He said it was 100% fact. The PSP and the Vita can play those games very well. That trash ass DS and 3DS did not. I'm just being real.
This dude is a pure Nintendo hater, man.
No, I love the Game Boy Advance. I love the Game Boy Advance. It's not about the company. It's about the handheld.
Yeah, Game Boy Advance was pretty good.
Yeah, it's just everything else they made after that was garbage. I'm just saying, all right.
100%. That last statement he said, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks that Sonic is not good, but whatever. It is.
But I think like 99% of movie games suck, straight up.
Pretty much, and this Street Fighter game is one of them. So
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever play it?
No, I actually didn't play it. I watch people play it, but like I can assume it's bad.
Having all this diatribe that you're spewing, about the 3DS and the 2DS, those were phenomenal handhelds. Okay, those were phenomenal. Those were phenomenal handhelds.
For Nintendo games.
They were great.
For Nintendo games.
And look, I understand the PSP and the Vita had, they were very powerful, handhelds, and you could play just about any, PlayStation 3 game, in there, or
right, it's just the
whatever.
superiority of the hardware, unfortunately. And look, I'll give you this: PSP and PS Vita, especially PS Vita, but PSP, it's superior hardware. The only flaw that it had is that Sony liked to monopolize, like Apple does, and make that dumb UMD disc when they could have used any other form of universal hardware to try to play it. I mean, the fact that the UMDs was literally proprietary technology for it, and that you can and they even had movies for it, just goes to show just how powerful it was, and they played at great quality. But at the end of the day, the peripherals, the D-pad, the analog stick, and the buttons were literally on par with the PlayStation controller. So, but again, that we're talking about technology compared to what Hubby call it? I want Hubby to say it again. What was the DS again?
Garbage.
There you go.
and also, McKinley.
You calling it garbage, but yeah, you just said it was fantastic for Nintendo games.
Okay, and I don't care about Nintendo games like that. Like I don't care about Nintendo games like that. I don't. And McKinley, I don't care how much it sold. The handheld was still garbage.
Well, you know what? I'll say this in Hovendale probably agrees with this. The one thing that I would say that Nintendo got going for it when it comes down to its fans or the stands, I should say in this case, is nostalgia. Because Nintendo is the king of repetitive games, remakes, and everything else. And no new game could come out. Mario could come out 5 times in a row. Oh my god, a new Mario, especially when they did it with Zelda. So I can't lie, half of the time I think it's nostalgia when Steven speaks.
It's all nostalgia. But look, look. If we ever do a handheld tier list, you're not going to like me, Steve.
The problem is, even though they're remakes, they're still good games. Like people,
it's not wrong. It's not about whether it's a good game or not. But the one thing with Nintendo that always has going for it is nostalgia. The one thing that you will always hear from a defense, whether it's talking about the games, the characters, and everything else, is that you literally grew up with them. So it's always going to be nostalgia. The same way how I love Super Sentais. I will bleed Power Rangers and Tatsukatsus for the rest of my life. But that's because I grew up with them. So the same thing with Nintendo. Like, I grew up with Nintendo, but as soon as I got a Genesis, I see it. As far as owning, I literally owned. I went from Nintendo to Genesis to PlayStation. As soon as PlayStation came out, everything else didn't matter until I started being able to buy things myself. So it's just a matter of nostalgia at that point. So anybody that's a diehard Nintendo fan, if you ask them what games did you play, they always name like the big 2 or the big 3, which is Zelda, Metroid, and Mario. Yep. And they actually have more than that, but it's always nostalgia. If I'm correct, McKinley is actually a big Nintendo head.
No, but here's the thing. Even though he come up with this diatribe on me, I look at him as more level-headed than Steve when it comes to Nintendo.
Damn.
Level-headed?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because I do consider him more level-headed when it comes to gaming than you.
Honestly, it's a trash game. It's not a trash game. It's an ugly game. What game was he talking about that?
Yeah, I don't know, but he also this is blasphemy. He said the DS was a work of art. Yeah, it was. If that work of art was dog shit, yeah, it was a work of art.
God damn!
Wow,
dog shit, yeah, sure.
You know what? I'll give it this because the only game that I really got interested in on the DS, and I believe it was the DS, was Golden Sun. Golden Sun was great as far as an RPG because I'm a big RPG head. And
I'll say Golden Sun did look good too.
Yeah,
graphically it looks sick. Anyway, I think we're getting off topic here.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are going off topic. But I need to say this one last thing because you're not getting any type of credit. You two, James, the two of you are getting absolutely no credit for all of your crazy diatribe. The two of you get demerits. That's what you get. If you had said that the N-Gage was garbage, if you had said that that stupid device was nothing but a bunch of that company gave us knickknacks. I forgot what company that designed that handheld.
But we're not talking about peripherals. We're talking about like the mainstream.
That handheld and the Zodiac. Those things were nothing but knickknacks and trinkets. Those were garbage handhelds. But the DS and the 3DS, those were fantastic handheld devices. And the problem with the PSP and the Vita was that yes, they had games, great games, but people didn't want to play those games.
Yo, Shemaine,
I didn't want to play those games. I didn't want to play those games.
Shemaine trying to make me change the subject even more. Don't be talking about one of my top 3 number ones. Stop doing that. All
right. Anyway, let's get back to it. All right,
let's go back.
All right, look. The last series is Street Fighter 3.
Well, hold on. So,
it's not the last. Because
Soul and James didn't do their.
I think we did. Alpha. We did the Alpha series.
But
the movie.
I just put a D.
Oh well, for the original Street Fighter, for me it's a D, and I didn't play the second one, so I put it unranked.
Oh, and for me, I'm giving the Street Fighter movie a D, and I'm giving the other Street Fighter movie where Wario. I'm also giving that a D. Both D's.
Nice.
Okay. All right. All right. So Street Fighter 3. This is the last series, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not. The one that came after Alpha is technically the EX, which I know you had put in unranked when I seen yours.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
And I can't believe you was trying to skip over Gym Fighter.
What?
Wait, what? You were?
Gym Fighter?
Gym Fighter.
Are we really talking about Gym Fighter? Really?
Bro,
Yes,
Gym
yes.
Fighter is S rank.
Yes. Having that we're talking about G Fighter. How dare you?
Okay.
It's a fun game.
No. It is. Okay. When it comes to EX, here's the reason why I didn't add it, because it EX is technically a crossover fighter. Technically.
Wait, hold up. But Alpha literally introduced Final Fight characters, so we can't.
Well, that's still Capcom. That's Capcom. They're all part of the same universe. EX is technically two different. Is literally like Street Fighter characters and Akira characters. I think that's what they're referred to as.
No, not some of them. I think they're just other Capcom IPs. Because like Mania is Capcom IP. I don't think that came from damn, what's the name of that game? I know what you're talking about too.
Mm-hmm. EX Layer. Like I mean but those are not the same company though.
Yeah, no, but I know for definite like one of those has the collaboration characters, but the other one is actually pure Street Fighter. Plus, when you was talking about dramatic battle or where there's like 2v1, that one of those
games, EX did have those. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the EX, and on top of that, you also had Meteor moves, which was the first game where you can go supers into super.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big thing because that later on transitioned into like more crossover games, but made by Capcom. But that's still a big thing. So.
Okay, well, I mean, look, you if you want to rank it, if you guys want to rank it, that's cool. Like, I don't have no problem with that.
Okay,
all right. So,
because I don't like if I had to pick, my favorite one would probably be EX2.
And they had some good music too. That's one thing I gotta say.
Yeah, the music was pretty sick. I remember that.
But EX2, I would give that an A. That's the highest it would go.
I would actually give both of them an A. But the only like EX plus Alpha or EX plus A, that one would probably go to S just because of the other content that they have in it. Because they did extend it, and they had like extra characters, like they added Sakura and other characters and everything to it.
Okay, all right. What about you, Son?
I mean, it's like the same E and A. Like A, they're like A tiers or maybe even B. Because I didn't really play them competitively, so it's hard for me to rank it. I just like played them for fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Steve?
For me, let me go back real quick. All right, so for me, the EX, where is it? Wait, I don't think I have them.
You don't have them on yours?
I don't see them. I don't see them.
I mean, Ruben said that EXA is a.
Oh, here it is. EX2.
He put EXA is a D. EX2 is a B.
I put EX2 a B, and I think that's the only one that I have.
Share yours.
Okay. All right. Yeah, EX2 right here is a B, and I think this one, I don't know which Street Fighter this one is. I don't know what this is.
So Ruben, I actually did play Harvest Moon, but I'm not really into farm simulators, even if they are turned into RPGs. And Advance Wars, there's better games that do the same thing when it comes down to like mecha or gear or whatever else. So, I mean, I don't play those two, but I play games that are either better or similar. Well, I don't play farm simulators.
EX Plus. I think I played that game before. I never had any complaints, with any of the Street Fighter EX games. So I'm putting that one as a B.
Okay. Okay, and then, is there any other Street Fighter game we're missing?
Uh,
Yes, the gem. The,
Oh yeah, okay,
yeah. So since I'm on screen,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go. This one, I love this game so much. I'm not giving it an S, but I will give it an A.
oh shit.
Okay,
I'm giving
I'll
it
give it. I'll give it a B. It's a good fighting game. I wish they added more characters, but that's really my only real complaint. But I'll give it a B. It's a good fighting game.
You know what? Yeah, I'll give it a B also. I'll give it a B also.
Oh, so I changed. You went from A to B.
No, 'cause I completely forgot that the roster was very low. The roster was very, very small. And Capcom could have easily put those characters in, but they wanted to tease us by having them in the background. All the other characters were in the background. So they could have easily put those in.
It would be cool if they had a massive Street Fighter game with like Darkstalker characters and Final Fight characters. They're sleeping on
Buy,
it.
buy the Darkstalkers collection and we fight.
I'm good.
Look,
Yeah,
I only like Darkstalkers and Gem Fighter.
the thing is, we were tricked. A lot of the fans, including myself, were tricked because everyone assumed that Capcom was going to have a Capcom fighting game similar to Marvel superheroes. We have all the Marvel characters, go duking it out, with each other. That's what I thought the Capcom
Oh,
Evolution
when
game was
did they
going to
say
be
that?
about.
How did they dupe you? When did they say that?
Because with the Capcom Evolution, whatever garbage that game was, the one with the Street Fighter.
Capcom
Capcom
Fighting.
Evolution. Oh, that shit. That's garbage. That's straight trash.
Yeah, because I was on the assumption that we were going to have Mega Man on there, we was going to have Captain Commando on there, but all there was just freaking the mixed up of Alpha, Third Strike, and Street Fighter Two. Like,
Nah. You also got to remember that game. That game came out when it was still buy another game for DLC, right?
I don't think so.
Was it PS2 or PS3?
PS2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was around that era.
Yeah, so that was buy another game for DLC. That game didn't sell well, so I doubt that was going to happen.
No,
Yeah,
nobody didn't like that game.
Game was garbage.
Yeah,
Alright,
if you were a Street Fighter Third Strike character, it was hard to parry moves if your opponent was a Street Fighter Alpha character. It was just too hard. Like it didn't mesh well.
Yeah, well, they pretty much did. They didn't. Well, they learned from their mistake when it came down to like gauges and modes. That's why a lot of games now either just has one universal one or everybody has the options for them. So they definitely. The only thing that I think was cool was that you got your introduction. Well, not your introduction, but they added Ingrid to it, and Ingrid looked pretty cool from it.
Yeah, so hopefully one day Capcom will make a Capcom or a legit Capcom Evolution, fighting game.
what's your thoughts on Gem Fighters? Soul?
On Jump Fighters,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like a B, maybe
Yeah.
A. It's just a fun
B?
game, but like I
Well,
never.
for me, it's S tier. Mainly reason being is because they technically
wow.
one or two secret characters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had a lot of Capcom references within the background and when characters actually changed. Like if I'm correct, when Chun-Li shoots a gun, she technically turns into like Jill and everything else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And every
Yeah.
character had that. So that was a nice little nuance to it. The whole UI of you can actually beat gems out of somebody, and as the levels go up, it actually makes it stronger and everything
Yeah,
else.
I like that too.
You had some very interesting ways of doing combos. Like I said, I was labbing when I had to fight the CPU. The new one now adds training mode. So if I had to add the old one with the new one, it makes the game even better. On top of that, now it has online. So, and if I'm correct, it's supposed to be rollback netcode. So if you just add the two from old to new together, it just stays an S. It actually breaks the ceiling on S too for me.
Shit. All right.
Yeah, you realize
Wow, you really love that game. Woo.
Okay.
Well, also, it's a great game for casuals to play with each other if you just want to mash buttons.
yeah, it's a solid.
Yeah.
It had simple input too. Like it didn't have the full light punch, medium punch, heavy punch stuff. So it's
Right.
a solid
Yeah.
casual game.
All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
no, go ahead. You wanted to add something, Steve? That's fine.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, they didn't have the medium punch on there. I think it was just light punch and hard punch. I think it was. I don't think they had any medium. No, I think it was just in your full button layout.
It had 3 buttons if I'm correct.
No,
I
it had,
remember,
it had the feedback. It had the
Heavy,
feedback.
but they all did different things. Like they all comboed into each other in some weird way, but the enders were different.
yeah, it had like auto combos. I remember.
Yeah, they were auto combo.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wish they had more characters in the game, and frankly, it was really just mainly Street Fighter and Darkstalker characters. That was pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Final series, Street Fighter 3. I'm not going to spend too much time on the OG and Double Impact. Look, OG gets a C. I only had like 10 characters. I did research on the development of this game. This game was in development hell, and it showed. But there's some cool stuff. I like the stages in this game. I like the stage transition and stuff like that. Double Impact, I'll give it, or Second Impact. Wait, Second Impact.
Double impact. All right. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'll give that. I'll give that one a B. Third Strike. All
Here you go.
right. Third Strike. Where the hell is it?
There's
Yeah,
a lot of games you have under here that you need to put in.
Probably
Is it just the anniversary edition that you use for Third Strike?
I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. All right. Third Strike. That is going on S tier.
All right.
That's
This
the
is-
collection.
I thought you were going to say something blasphemous. That's not
No,
blasphemous.
No.
Hold on, have it. Third Strike is at the bottom.
It is. Hold on.
It's the one that has all the multi characters in it. It's right next to the right there. No, to your right.
Oh,
No,
this
yeah.
is okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me scroll up. Yeah, this is S tier. This is the best fighting game. This is the best Capcom fighting game they've ever made, in my opinion. All right. I like the style. I like the characters. I like everything they did with this game. It's gameplay wise, it's my favorite one.
Okay.
All right. I just like the way it was the perfect mix between what I think James said this earlier. It's a game that you can play, for beginners. You're not going to be great at it, but you can play it. Like it's not a game where you're like fish out of water. You know what Street Fighter is.
If it's a person that played first time playing Street Fighter, a Street Fighter game, that's the last game that they should play.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But it's a game. To me, it was the last Street Fighter game that they made where I felt like they weren't catering to casuals.
Yeah.
I'm more so towards casual than I am towards hardcore Street Fighter guy. But I appreciated that because I felt like when I watch people play this game professionally, like they're just a level where you appreciate how great these guys are at the game. And I never felt that way with 4 or 5 when you're watching competitively. If you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And to me, I just feel like everything about this game I love. And mind you, I only played this. The first time I played Third Strike was when I bought the anniversary. I think it was the 15 year anniversary collection. I only bought it to play the Street Fighter 2 games. That was the only reason why I bought it. It was just the Third Strike was just the added bonus. And the more I got to play Third Strike and understand Third Strike, I fell more and more in love with it. And I got to use all the characters that people hated, like Remy. I'm a big fan of Remy. Dudley. I like Dudley. Like Yun and Yang. I liked a lot. Even I like Necro. I like Necro.
Garbage character.
That
Go ahead.
dude's not garbage. Stop that. I like the vibe that Street Fighter 3 was going for. The Third Strike was going for. I also think a lot of the same vibe that were in Third Strike is what they're trying to duplicate in Street Fighter 6. I think that's why I'm excited for Street Fighter 6. Like I just like the whole. I just like the overall vibe of Third Strike. You know, I don't mind the parrying thing. I understand if I play someone who's a lot better than me, he's gonna dust me. I get it, but I just feel like I know. I just feel like with that game, I just feel like there was they had something good going with Third Strike, and even though 4 is a great game, I feel like they were pressured into going backwards with Street Fighter 4 when it comes to like their direction with the characters and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I to me it's the best Street Fighter game they've ever made. Steve is the one that had the blasphemous opinion on the game.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Like I was like, okay.
No,
I thought it was gonna be Scooby. Scooby always has some crazy takes.
You want to go last?
Yeah, I'll go last.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. So you can go.
I mean, you already know I'm gonna put this fucking Street Fighter Third Strike. Third Strike was like the first Street Fighter game that I played competitively, like truly competitively, like going to tournaments and stuff. It's S tier. It's like I probably put.
I can't see it. Having you got to go to his.
Oh, hold on, I didn't share it.
Yeah,
Let me
you
share it. 1 sec. All right.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you got that maybe an S tier, just like me.
That was easy
Wait.
S tier.
You give this an S?
Why?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I give it S?
You give it an S? Wow.
Yeah.
What the? It's Third Strike. I played the hell out of Third Strike.
I think because you're the best at Third Strike, that's why you're saying that.
Yeah. No. Hold on.
Soul was not the best when we was at BC. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, he was. At
Out of
BC,
BCC people, I think I was the best.
yeah.
Outside of BCC, I was not the best.
You and Carlos were like the top guys in Third
Yeah.
Strike.
So Double Impact, I gave that an A. It's right here.
Mhm.
A. It is a solid game. It felt similar to Third Strike.
Yeah.
It's like they're starting to polish it, but I think that balancing issues. It wasn't the most balanced game. I don't know who said. Someone said it was the most balanced Third
James.
Strike.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, they actually said that people prefer.
But I don't think it was the best, or the most balanced. Then I put Street Fighter 3, the original. I put it at C. It was playable.
Yeah,
But it wasn't-
it's fine, but it's like there were like it only had like 10 characters, and there was so much shit that was wrong with that game that you know you just do your research on what happened with that game, and it's crazy that Capcom didn't go under.
Yeah, it's playable. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Third Strike for sure. I felt I had the most enjoyment playing Third Strike. I enjoyed the parry system because no matter if you had a bad matchup, no matter what, the parry could kind of bail you out of bad matchups, and it gave you like an opportunity to fight back. Like it was a tool to like fight back against anything.
Yeah.
The problem is at high level, it's like you destroy people. That's why America never did well. in Japan,
The problem is.
Wait. You
No,
said
I
you
was
were gonna go last.
No, I am. This is just a counterattack on Soul.
Okay.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Soul, because if you were going against somebody who was extremely good at parrying, there was nothing that you could do.
Okay.
Nothing. You couldn't do anything if you was facing somebody who was extremely well at parrying all of your stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the problem with that?
Okay, so
I disagree with that, Steven.
there's nothing you could do.
If
No,
someone's parrying all your shit, that means you're predictable, and then
Yeah,
you can always
yeah.
choose to do something different.
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because a person by the name of Flash Metroid, who literally came from Guilty Gear, pro player in Guilty Gear, never played Third Strike, and he was able, even though he lost, I think he lost all of them, or if not, he lost only a few. He gave people like Vaughn, who at the time was really good at the game, and other people that were really good at the game, trouble with just doing decent neutral and pokes. So
He definitely played Third Strike. He never played Third
he
Strike.
didn't play Third Strike ever, and he was giving people like Vaughn, who literally swore by the game, trouble just with neutral and poking. Even though he lost, and his exact words were, "Y'all claim to be the gods at this game, but why is somebody like me that never touched the game is giving y'all the issue?" And that speaks volumes, actually.
He's exaggerating about that, but
Yeah, of course.
he definitely played a lot of Third Strike.
Okay, so he was being hyperbolic. All right, so then whatever. All that is invalid now.
But still, it's
but it does prove a good point because
Oh, who's playing this?
Me.
This is mine.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
you doing it for the parent?
Yeah, that is yeah. That was a special moment.
Yeah, and it's the only Street Fighter game where this can be created. It's the only
Yeah.
Street Fighter game where this can happen. And this is the moment that got people to realize what a great game this is.
I legit played Third Strike because of that moment. I saw it in the
really?
Evo trailer. Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
this is
And the people reaction, yeah, that was just fantastic.
And it's the only Street Fighter game where that can happen.
You know how there was like when Street Fighter 4 came out, all the new people to the fighting game scene, we call them 09ers because that's when Street Fighter 4 came out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was a Daigo baby boomer. So after Daigo Perry, there's a huge influx of players.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
that was when I started.
And Daigo started a whole new trend because everybody was trying to do the exact same thing. Everybody was trying to learn how to parry Chun-Li's super.
Yeah.
Oh, you doing mine next?
Yeah.
So for Third Strike, double imp. The original I gave a C. I can't lie. In the beginning, when I found out that Alex was the main person, I kind of had a Street Fighter bias. I was just like, if it ain't Ryu, I didn't want to be bothered.
Sure.
But I did play it, and it was solid. Double Impact, I gave an A, and Third Strike, of course, is an S.
And you know the funny thing about that, right? With 3, obviously, like you said, Alex was going to be the main character. Capcom executive got nervous, so they're like, "Well, you have to put Ryu in the game just to have him in the game." And then they were like, "Well, what about Ken?" And they're like, "Well, we'll put Ken in easy palette swap." So
they can't
Easy
move.
palette swap.
so
Are you sure that happened?
that's absolutely what happened.
Wait, on Third Strike.
I mean, it's a good thing they did because no one give a
It's
shit
for,
about Alex.
The OG 3.
Oh, the original Street Fighter.
So pretty much what you're saying is they kept moving the goalposts because they wanted to make sure they had vetted characters in there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny that you share that story, Hoovy, because didn't the same thing happen with Sub-Zero and Scorpion?
I think it was the same idea. Well, you have to remember the Mortal Kombat, like it was just a regular. It was just like it was the first one, so they were like, let's just add 2 ninjas, add one fire, basically one ice. So that's pretty much what it was. But yeah, they were pretty much palette swaps.
Yeah, they were they were a poly swap too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was Sub-Zero the original ninja or was it Scorpion?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I think it was. If I had to guess,
games.
Yeah, they were both in the game, but I don't know if one of them was meant to be original or not. I don't remember which one it was.
I know popularity-wise, I know Sub-Zero actually overtakes Scorpion in popularity, but not by much.
Wait, you think? Wait, Sub-Zero is more popular? I thought it was Scorpion.
I thought it was Scorpion
He
too.
said Scorpion.
It says Scorpion? No. From the features that I've seen and the games, like Sub-Zero has been in more cameos and stuff like that. When I hear people talk about character design or costume design, Sub-Zero has better ones and stuff like that. So
yeah, he had his own game too. Remember,
True.
he had his own game. Scorpion never had
was
his
pretty
own.
fun. I played that. The Sub-Zero.
Yeah, but like I said, I know like even though I say Sub-Zero is more, it's like it's actually very close. Like we're talking about like 51 to 49 type of thing.
Yeah, I remember in school everyone just kept on mocking Scorpion with the get over here, the iconic get over here with his move. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, so both guys were extremely popular till this day. One of the most popular Mortal Kombat characters. So yeah.
All right. Well, Steve.
So let's hear what you have to say, Steven.
All right.
Let's see where you put the Third Strike. I'm just curious.
All right. So Third Strike. Which one is the first one? Is it this one?
What Rio and Alex?
This one, right?
Share.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I keep forgetting to share. Okay, here you go. Is this the original vanilla Street Fighter 3?
No. That's double impact.
Okay,
Right
must
there.
be-
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
that's vanilla.
yeah. This one with the very low roster, this one gets a D.
That's fine.
Yeah, that one gets a D.
I think I might move mine down to the D as well.
The double impact or second impact, whatever.
Yeah, I can agree with it.
Yeah, that one gets a C.
Huh.
And
Wow.
second
Wow.
impact also gets a C.
Wait. What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they both get C's. Now, Third Strike, which is where are you right here?
Yeah.
Okay, Third Strike. I am going to give this one a B. That one gets
Off his mouth.
Fucking guy. This fucking guy.
this gets a B, and I'm going to explain to you why. Okay, hear me out. One, the most biggest reason why this one gets a B is I hate the roster. It's a garbage roster. Again,
That's right.
the game is good, but it has the worst roster of all of Street Fighter. This is the
How?
worst roster.
They have representation of literally
this is-
every type of character
this-
you want.
Is the worst roster of all time. All time. I'm talking about with Street Fighter, regarding Street Fighter. Out of all the Street Fighter games, this has the worst roster. Why? Because I'm not interested in playing characters like 12. Are you kidding me? 12?
I'll
One,
admit
it's one character. It's one character.
You literally chose the Mocha Gen of the game.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. It's my turn. It's my turn.
You chose the Mocha Gen of the game to make an argument.
It's my turn. It's my turn to talk.
Oh shit.
Go ahead.
It's my turn to talk. All right. Let me finish talking. Then you guys could critique. Now,
No, we're not gonna critique. We're gonna roast your ass. That's what we're gonna.
12 garbage. Necro garbage. Hugo garbage.
I'll get out of here.
Let me continue. Sean garbage.
Sean.
Freaking what's that dude name? Q garbage. Like, when you have multiple characters who are just completely garbage characters, no, I'm sorry, I can't put you in the S rank. I can't.
What about the rest of the cast? Like the entire cast is iconic and still come back to this day.
What
At least
happened?
if Street Fighter 4. The
Say
rest
again?
of the cast still got make like comebacks. Like Yun Yang, Makoto, Dudley, Elena. They all brought them back because people like them.
The character he don't mention.
Just about. I think. Let me see. Most of the characters that I named, they never came back.
Q came back in Street Fighter
Actually,
5.
Q came back in the form
Wait,
of G.
Well, Q and G are different characters.
They're the exact same character.
Yeah, they're exact same character.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yes.
Q never had that projectile move where he.
I mean, obviously gonna add some
on the
moves,
ground.
but it's the same character.
It's the same.
You guys are being biased, man. Come on.
They
Come on,
are.
man.
I don't know if they're the same character, but they're definitely a link between the two.
Yeah, but I'm not counting that. Q is another guy.
hold
Hold on. I think there's one more character I need to name.
Who?
What's his name? Remy, the Gal replacement. Garbage. That dude is atrocious. And that's the other problem that I had, with the game. If you're going to remove iconic traditional characters, at least replace them with someone good. These characters were awful. Awful
You're
replacements. No. Those characters were awful replacements. All of them.
I
of them.
guarantee you that we will see Remy in a new Street Fighter game, then we will see El Fuerte and Rufus.
No, we're not talking about them. I'm talking about Guile. I'm talking about Cammy. I'm talking about those characters.
Okay,
those characters were phenomenal, and you
replace
them with Remy.
You're talking about new characters,
and you replace them with Remy.
You're talking about new characters, brand new characters. Remy is more relevant than El Fuerte and Rufus.
We're not talking about Street Fighter 4 right now.
We're not talking about Street Fighter 4 right now.
We are talking about the transition from the Street Fighter 2 characters to Third Strike. That should never happen ever again. Throughout Capcom's life, that should never happen again. Ever.
So the characters
doing
got
it
left
with
out.
6.
What happened?
They're doing it with 6.
There's no Third Strike characters in 6.
Half the characters are brand new characters.
But they're not Third Strike characters.
So
Give it like one patch.
Now, and the other problem that I had, it was that the combos were just it was too difficult to do combos in that game. Out of all the Street Fighter games that were made, that is the hardest game to do actual combos. It was too technical, and I believe that I think when you were only able to do massive combos when you stun your opponent. I didn't like that.
Wait. So
I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
So you don't like
And also, no, I got more. Yeah, I
This
got
is stuff that you don't like, but
I got more. I got more. I thought the music is very good. The music is very, 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 very good.
It's actually it's the best music in the game. It's the best music in all the franchise.
I think
it definitely gives a hip hop feel, which actually is pretty good for Street Fighter.
I think Capcom did a phenomenal job, with the music, but I also felt that they were lazy because there were multiple stages. There were multiple stages that had the same music. They were being lazy. Ken stage and Alex stage had the same music.
They're the same stage.
Yeah. Okay. They were being lazy. Street Fighter 2, Alpha. Each character had their own stage. They were being lazy with this one when it comes to the stages and the music.
Don't forget development hell for that whole franchise or that whole series.
I can agree with you a little bit on the stages, but even still, you're
and again, the like James said, when they made Alex the main character, I thought that was stupid.
That's for Street Fighter 3, the original, and then they realized that they fucked up. And they
you moving goalposts, Steven.
No, I'm not. Isn't Alex still the main character on Third Strike?
I don't think they give a fuck about the story or anything in Third Strike.
No, he is, because remember when you beat the I think when you beat the game, I can't remember if you beat it with Alex or if you beat it with Gil. He mainly talks about Alex at the end of the story. Gil does.
I didn't read that shit. Like I focused. Third Strike was very competitive focused. I think. Like no one really paid attention to that.
You have
and look, when you have a character like Alex, as the main character, and then you have the developers or whoever you said that basically stated, what, we should probably bring Ryu back. That's a clear indication that they did not have faith at the direction that they were going.
It's the same thing as when they chose to make Goku and Vegeta the main instead of Gohan. It's what they see from the fans and the appeal, and they wanted to make sure that they were already in development hell. They were probably already low on the budget. They wanted to solidify that they would get copies, so they made sure that they put iconic characters back.
It's a weird mistake where they always try to like introduce new characters as the new main character, and the audience never likes it.
Yeah.
Which is something I've always tried to tell Havana when it comes to games, movies, comics, everything. People love the original cast.
Like you understand, Luke's supposed to be the main character of Street Fighter 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But no one likes Luke. Luke's
all right, look. Okay, all right. Look,
and when you have a guy like Alex, who's the main character, but yet he's not going to be in future Street Fighter games anymore, that just says it all right there. That they made a big mistake making him the main guy.
Right. Look.
Technically still the end.
End of the game. Like
isn't Street Fighter 3 technically still the end? Like isn't Street Fighter?
No. 6 takes after Third Strike.
Oh, okay.
All right, we do have to wrap this up, right? Because some people gotta wake up early in the morning.
Yeah.
So those are all mine. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. So, Steven, I'll say this.
No. Having was gonna say something.
No, James, go ahead. Roast this dude first. Go ahead.
So for half of the stuff that you said, I am going to dub the on stream. You are a filthy casual and a scrub. Because part of the stuff that you said,
get the hell out of here.
Execution barrier, which is your own personal fault for not training hard enough in the game. The majority of the stuff that you complain about, it literally just sounds like wow. So you just don't know how to practice. That's literally all it was.
And the funny thing is, he's very good at the game.
You have representation of every form of character that you want in this game, and it's based off of a personal aesthetic. The one thing that Third Strike made people really realize, outside the parry, is that there is such a thing as a character specialist. People literally, you can play Ryu and Fireball spam all you want, and a Q will come and destroy your stuff. You complain about Hugo, but you like Zangief, and Hugo was a way more combo heavy. Like
Hugo was a garbage character.
No, he's not.
Hugo was a garbage character.
See, I don't think Steve watched competitive Third Strike either.
No,
That's the thing.
I have.
He said Neck was a garbage character.
Neck was a garbage character.
Necro had the sickest corner combos.
Necro is a dumb,
Necro had the craziest corner combos.
Bruh, that dude is so garbage.
But you know what? So I'll say this: me and you come from more of a competitive side, so to hear Steven speak this, I can't blame a casual, but it is blasphemy. So
listen, call me whatever you want.
You are a casual.
Majority of all, what I could say confidently, I'm better than you in all the Street Fighter games, with the exception of 5.
What the fuck? Who you talking to?
James.
Wait.
I'm better than you in every single Street Fighter game, with the exception of 5, and I can't stand 5.
Here's the thing that I don't understand about you.
I don't know how that's a compelling argument.
Here's what I don't understand about your argument, Steve. You complain about Street Fighter 5 being too casual, and then you talk about how Third Strike is too technical. What?
Yes.
How is it too technical?
Yes, it's too technical. Way too technical.
How?
I mean, how?
It is technical, but
Thank you.
it's not a bad thing.
Is it like I can play Third Strike easy, and you're better to be in Third Strike than me? So how is it that it's so hard for you to do these combos? It don't make no sense.
Yeah, but when you face people like like Soul, trust me, it's nowhere near close.
Okay,
a lot of these moves that you have to perform, a lot of these combos that you got to perform, you can only perform them, when your opponent is actually in stun mode, and I don't like that.
Steven, you can't compare yourself from a competitive to a casual. That's night and day. You can never compare the two. You don't play a game for a competitive aspect. You're not trying to constantly go into training mode for execution. You're not trying to learn frame rates. You're not practicing day in and day out with stuff. So, for instance, when I met Soul at BCC, there was 3 games that everybody played: Marvel 2, Tekken, and Guilty Gear AC. Till this day, Soul now plays Guilty Gear AC. Well, Lost Ark took his time, but the man still plays the game like it still came out like it's fresh. I stick to hyper fighters like Marvel and everything else. I like the crack speed. So, but it's one of those things of he loves games that have a lot of neutral. That's Soul's shtick. So for you to compare yourself to Soul, it's not possible because y'all are not equally yoked. If you was actually in the competitive scene, that would be one thing you can compare. If Soul was a casual, y'all can compare yourselves. But that's the difference in experience. The thing you're talking about is a difference in skill gap because of experience.
Who 186? When it comes to Street Fighter as a whole, am I casual or am I competitive?
No, he leans more toward the competitor. But the problem, here's
friends or competitive, as in you're actually going out like the Justin Wongs and everything. That's what I mean by competitive. You can be competitive in your neighborhood. I was that when I was in New Orleans, and when I came down here and actually seen the scene, I got a rude awakening. There's a big difference between being competitive with your friends and being competitive against the people that actually compete.
I will give Steve credit. He knows what he's talking about, right? He's far more into the technical aspects of fighting game than I am. But I don't understand the hatred behind Third Strike. If it's the characters, I can understand that because you're a traditionalist. You put that in everything that you do in your life, right? It has to be this. It has to be this, and no changes or nothing like that, right? I get that part of it, but the actual gameplay, Like there's nothing. There really is nothing to complain about. Like you're complaining about. Oh, if someone is a master at parrying, then there's nothing you can do. You can grab them. They can't. You can grab them. And if you're being and Soul's right. If you're constantly getting parried, then you're being predictable.
Yeah.
I play Soul, and look, he kicked my ass, but at least I got a couple licks in there. It's not impossible.
I've watched you play Soul also. Yeah, he parry a lot of your stuff too.
Okay,
It's because people have like predictable movements and patterns that you can just predict. That's one thing about Third Strike. You could punish people really hard once you notice they're like predictable patterns because of parrying. Like in Street Fighter 4, you can't punish someone for like doing a low forward too much, right? You just block it
and also,
it gets rid of zoning too. You can't really zone on Third Strike either.
Yeah, there's no zoning, but it's all footsies,
which I'm fine with that. I'm 100% fine with that.
Yeah. I'm not fine with that.
Fucking
it's a different game. It's a different game.
Zoners.
That's you can't zone at all in that game.
That's what Mortal Kombat is. Mortal Kombat.
I know Soul has to leave, but also y'all never I ranked my compilations already. Did y'all rank y'all's? Because I noticed the time on how long this is going for.
Oh crap! Yeah. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, bro.
No, we're not doing compilation. That's fine. Yeah, y'all can do that, and then we can share it. We can share it out. But here's the thing. Like what ended after this, right? I don't understand your hatred for the gameplay. It just don't make any sense to me.
Because you have
bring up your tier list again. Bring up your tier list.
I can understand, like from a casual perspective, sure, I can kind of understand it, but from a competitive perspective, Street Fighter Third Strike was an amazing game.
Go ahead, Steve.
You guys acting like bring up
your tier list.
You guys acting like a B is such an awful score. Like no, a B is still good.
No,
the thing is, the gameplay is obviously good, but I can't enjoy the gameplay if you don't give me good characters. I'm sorry.
Bring up your tier list again.
They give you Ryu and Ken. They got your traditional characters.
You got Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. If you like Balrog, you got Dudley.
I'll be honest, that's all they needed, really.
It has Akuma, and bro, okay.
If you want fisticuffs, you got Makoto.
Yeah, and you're telling me with a straight face. This is the same fucking guy that has Third Strike Max as an A tier because of the console that because the handheld that is on.
Yeah,
I didn't bring it up this time.
Yes,
it makes no sense. So I look at your S tier and A tier, right? And I'm thinking to myself, you have HD Remix, right? Above Third Strike.
Yes.
HD Remix. A game that is broken. That game is broken.
Is HD Remix broken?
I don't know. I didn't really.
It depends on the version that you actually play. I think the PS3 and 360 was okay.
Yeah, I watched a little bit and it was like okay.
As far as I'm concerned, that fucking game's broken, and you have Third Strike below that.
I don't think that game's broken at all.
I think what it is like it's just not super turbo. Like it's not like broken like Super Turbo. So people like didn't really care about it that much. It's not as fun.
And I can tell you this right now: that Third Strike, when it comes to most influential fighting games in the Street Fighter collection, is Street Fighter 2, and then right after that is Third Strike.
No, I think it's Street Fighter 4.
I think Street Fighter 4 might be a little higher.
You think
Third
so?
Strike, yeah. Third Strike, Daigo made Third Strike amazing. Third Strike was around for a while and no one gave a shit about it.
That I agree with. That I agree with. I agree with that.
But Street Fighter 4 was fantastic from the very start.
But I'm talking about from an overall game. Like when you so when I search on YouTube, right, and you always look up like remix music and stuff like that, right? Like I was like listening to remixes of music, right? You got people who make full albums. Like you have like a laundry list of remixes for Third Strike. The same way you don't have that same type of creator of like creator content for 4.
Mm-hmm.
At least not as much.
Yeah, I don't think
you do with Third Strike.
the Street Fighter 4 OST, like no one really cared about that much.
No, no one cared. No one cared about that. But and Street Fighter 4 is a phenomenal game. But to me, I feel like Third Strike has more relevance because of it. Because to me, I feel like a lot of the influences of 6 come from Third Strike.
Yep.
And that's not by accident. It's not by accident.
So you guys think I should? So you guys think I should bring it to an S?
No,
I'd say you put at least an A.
You can make it whatever you want to. It's just
I think from a casual perspective, maybe A.
Okay. So you explain to me. So why you think it should at least be an A? Having said his piece, James said his piece. Let me hear your one last round.
You still enjoy playing the game, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still enjoy it. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, he did.
I don't know, like
and this Hugo slander. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Yeah, you slander like a couple of characters, but the rest of the roster is solid though.
They're not better than Street Fighter 4 or even the original Super Street Fighter 2 roster.
I mean, if you're gonna go character to character, Hugo and Third Strike and Hugo and 4 aren't bad. They literally almost like a cut and paste, except for the UI difference.
I mean, shit, Hugo's better than Abigail.
Yeah.
I mean, they're completely different characters. Like, there's no comparison. They're like Makoto's like a completely new archetype of a character.
Yeah, and I hate Makoto, but she's a unique character.
Oh, there's a lot of original characters. Yun and Yang were like the introduction of dive kicks. I don't think there were any dive kick characters ever. Oh, I guess Cammy had a dive kick, but it wasn't super integral to her gameplay.
And I think Adon had not Adon. What's the other Muay Thai character again?
Adon.
You said Adon.
Yeah.
He had a weird like jaguar.
Adon had like a command jump dive kick type thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like part of the neutral, like hardcore, like Yun and Yang.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say, Saul?
I think the roster is actually really good, honestly. Like considering like that they're all original characters, and a lot of them were mainstay characters that came back because people requested them to come back. I think that part, that negative that you gave it, isn't as bad as you think it is.
Mm-hmm. All right. So after everything that you said, haven't else said, and especially when it comes to the characters, I'll actually change it. I'll actually change it. Okay, I'm going to give it a C.
All right, I knew you were going to do that. But anyway.
And the reason why I lowered it, down to a C is because you mentioned the characters again, Soul.
Yep.
I'm just sorry. This is the worst roster ever. I can't do it. I hate the roster. I really hate it.
Look.
I mean,
I'm just joking.
I would say
it gets an A. It gets an A.
Okay. I would agree. Like Street Fighter 3 had probably the worst roster ever. The original Street Fighter 3. That one had the worst roster. Street Fighter 3.
That's fair. That's fair.
Steven, which Street Fighter for you had the best roster?
4.
4? Okay.
Ultra. Oh, you mean the original 4?
Original 4 roster was good, and Ultra's was really good also.
Okay.
But because the thing is, so I remember the huge hype, the crazy acclaim that Capcom got when you saw that massive roster in Street Fighter 4. Everybody was excited that they brought the original characters back.
Sure.
So yeah, so that's why 4 is on the S tier.
I would say Super Street Fighter 4 is my favorite roster.
Favorite roster, Super Street Fighter 4?
Yeah.
I mean, I just get Ultra. This has all the characters.
I mean, why wouldn't you say Ultra? Because it's just
I like Yun and Yang, and it did have Elena and Hugo and stuff like that in there. So okay, I came on my Ultra.
All right, so you changed your mind too. So are you gonna put that in the S tier?
Ultra?
Yeah.
I think we all had it. Ultra and S tier.
I think I did. Yeah,
except for you. I don't know why you have Ultra and A tier.
Who?
Steve.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Your Ultra's an A tier.
Your Ultra's an A tier.
No,
your tier list is awful. Your tier list is awful.
Ultra's an S.
No,
I'm looking at it right now. It's an A tier.
Yeah, you're looking at it.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. How did I put that in A tier? Why did I put that in A tier?
Because your tier list is garbage. That's why.
The reason why I put in A tier was because of I didn't like the changes that they made for the characters. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He liked the he wanted his broken geef. Yeah.
Yeah. You never fought against a good geef. That's why. That's the problem.
All right.
It's
On that
impressive.
What are we going to do with the rest of these Street Fighter games down here?
note,
You guys had some.
Those would be considered unranked for you because you never played them.
No,
Yeah.
I played all of these.
Oh,
Here what we can do, right? I will post this on. Obviously, I will not re-upload, but I'll share it, and then I'll have all you guys' tier list on there. Complete it, send it to me. I know James sent me his. Steve, begrudgingly, you can send me yours. and so you can do the same thing to me whenever you get a chance. It don't have to be now, but whenever, right? So on that note, we do have to get out of here. So
Yeah, we had I know you said you didn't play some of them, but like try to add as much as you can before you send it to Hoovy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rank him now.
Yeah,
I'll send
I'm
you guys
gonna.
later.
All right, later. And having now.
Mm.
Where are you going to do? You played Ultra Street Fighter 2 with me at my Soul's place. Where are you going to put that game?
What game?
Ultra Street Fighter 2.
I'll put that at a B. I would like to play more of it though.
Oh, you told me the game was phenomenal at the house.
Yeah,
Soul's
it
place.
is. It's much better than HD Remix. Definitely better than that.
So what happened?
I need to play more of it. I need to play more of it.
Okay.
that's understandable.
And what about Street Fighter Anthology, the Alpha Anthology?
I mean, it has all the Alpha games on there, so I give it an A, I guess.
The reason why I'm giving it a B is because Capcom was being lazy with the roster again, because it was the arcade version and not the console version. I don't know if you remember that.
Arcade. Wait, for which one?
Alpha 3. It was the arcade version. They didn't put the console version in the collection.
Normally arcade versions are better than console versions, if I'm correct. Like the term arcade perfect, like so. Because a lot of console versions, when you're talking about console ports, sometimes they don't transition well, especially when you're going from like old gen to like new gen and stuff like that. So the arcade port might have been better.
All right. Well, on that note, let's get out of here. People gotta go to work tomorrow. All right. So,
All right.
let's do the outros.
Yeah.
Outros. James, tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, again, it's GN Invasion. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/GN Invasion. YouTube, same thing, youtube.com. Just look up GN Space Invasion and you'll find it. And of course, I'm going to show the podcast me and McKinley is part of. We have one where we talk about a bunch of nerdy stuff and everything else, which is Critical Drop 1 on YouTube.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any social media presence anywhere?
Oh, so on Twitter, it's at GN Invasion.
Okay. What about you, Saul?
I'm not really on social media like that anymore, but you can find me on YouTube and Twitch. It's gonna be both of them are Shankster31.
Okay.
And right now I've just been playing Lost Ark, so I've been streaming Lost Ark and uploading videos of Lost Ark.
You're playing too much. You're playing too much League of Legends. That's why you're not on social media. You're playing too much. That's why.
I mean,
TFT as well. Yeah.
I mean, it's better off doing that than dealing with a bunch of dummies on social media. Deal with them on the video game, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So is there anything else? So anything else?
No, that's it. That's it.
All right. So this was an amazing day doing the podcast with you guys. We definitely need to do another one real soon. I really appreciate you guys for coming. So I'm going to finish up my ranking, and then I'll send it to you, Havinel. And then what I'll do is I'll even post it in the video, like at the end of the video when I do the editing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone can actually see the official completed ranking. But it's pretty much complete now. But we have all the other extra stuff. But anyway, thank you guys. This is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
Your tier list is garbage.
Later.
Absolute garbage.
All right, peace out, guys.
Movie 186. I'm out, man. Peace out.
All right.